Welcome everybody to the A.I.P channel where this thing don't want to disappear. Here we go. Get out of here. We got another great show of talking with conspiracy. We already got Sweets in the chat, and we got Dave's Waffle House. He is our great friend from over the big pond. He's over there lurking, so we appreciate him lurking. We have the great Dave will be here as soon as he can. And of course, we got the great Jamie Grant back again.
It's always good to be here, sir. Always good to be here. Especially on days like today. It's a great day. RFK Jr. confirmed. People are
RFK
losing their
Day.
minds about it.
RFK Day
RFK
for
Day.
real.
There
He
you
is
go, man.
he is he is hammering them. We got lots of cool clips from RFK today. Uh he is hammering on them and he's scaring them the left on and it's amazing. I found a few things of how much some of those the people who were against them, how much they were getting paid by the pharmaceutical companies, and some of the numbers and stuff was pretty amazing. How many talking six figures, amazing. But
Yeah.
we'll get into that for sure. Um, I know I put in the description. I put uh, possible wild wildfires coming soon to a house near you. You know, if we predict this, I hope we're wrong, but if we're right, something's up. Something is up. We might talk about the situation with ICE and how much what they're doing right now, and
Bro,
uh,
everybody's mad at ICE. I mean,
yeah,
everybody's mad at ICE, ICE, the department, ICE T, you know. Everybody still loves Ice Cube as far as I know. But
maybe
did you
I don't
see
know. I don't know.
Did you
I
see the
know.
recent video of Ice T getting pulled over in his traffic stop?
No, I didn't see that. No,
It's entertaining. I'm not going to show
I
it
bet.
tonight, but y'all go look it up. It's fun. We got bigger things to talk about tonight.
Oh yeah,
Continue,
yeah.
sir. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're great. You're great as always. We can bounce and forth, back and forth for sure.
The ADHD
Um,
podcast brought to you by.
yes, that's it. That's it. Before I forget, I did. It came out Tuesday. I did on the mat, old man on the mat podcast. It's a jujitsu podcast. I did that the other day, and it came out Tuesday, and it was really good. So if you want to check that out and hear me talk about jujitsu, and I even threw some ghost stories and everything else in there because it's me, and we have to talk about. We talked about barbecue, and we talked about Memphis and murder and Chicago and all over the place. So as always, it's um, if I'm involved, it's going to be ADD for sure.
Right.
We even might throw up talking about where that healthy big bone girl is suing Lyft. We might even throw that in later on.
Bro, the memes of that chick right now are going absolutely wild. Okay.
I got you a good video for later. It's that's a Dave got to be here, and once we maybe we'll get too serious, and I'll throw that one out as our breaking little ice of we gotten too serious. It's time to laugh, but we'll get to that too. Man, it's RFK Day, baby. RFK Day.
It
Yeah,
is.
let me
Hey,
pull
I
this
just
up.
want to jump in here real quick. There's breaking
Let her rip,
news
baby.
out of DC. Apparently, a pretty big response is underway. A American Airlines jet has collided with a DC police helicopter, and what they're saying is a possible midair collision. Um,
Goodness,
yeah,
goodness
massive
gracious.
response. Apparently, reports indicate that there were 60 people on board of a commercial jet that struck the helicopter. One body has been recovered already. Yeah, man. Everything
Hearts
is
and
at a
prayers out to
ground
those
stop.
people for
Yeah,
sure.
man. Reagan National Airport. No information on the flight number, but yeah. So continue. Go ahead. I'll stop
Mm,
now.
guess we could, man. We'll start the show with old DT here. Hell, well. We'll get
Oh,
to that.
DT, the terrible,
We
the terrible T. I love him,
the
Donald
terrible
Trump.
T here. Oops. You think I've
I
done this
know
enough
about it.
times? I figure out how to do this.
Share screen.
Today, I'm also in order to instruct the Departments of Defense and Homeland Security to begin preparing the 30,000 person migrant facility at Guantanamo Bay. Most people don't even know about it. We have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back. So we're going to send them out.
I didn't realize they still had that operational, but they were, they was fussing about it for a long time ago, and yeah, they're back. They're back using Guantanamo Bay even. Um, it is a and then on RFK, man, there's so much to talk about on that. It's wild. The here like here's one here where they want to. I was like, who's popped it in the chat? It's Jamie.
Hey, it's me, everybody.
Today, over 100 members of Congress support a bill to fund Ozempic with Medicare at $1,500 a month. Most of these members have taken money from the manufacturer of that product, a European company called Novo Nordisk. As everyone knows, once a drug is approved for Medicare, it goes to Medicaid. And there is a push to recommend Ozempic for Americans as young as 6 over a condition, obesity, that is completely preventable and barely even existed 100 years ago. Since 74% of Americans are obese, the cost of all of them, if they take their Ozempic prescriptions, will be $3 trillion a year. This is a drug that has made Novo Nordisk the biggest company in Europe. It's a Danish company, but the Danish government does not recommend it. It recommends a change in diet to treat obesity and exercise. Virtually Novo Nordisk's entire value is based upon its projections of what Ozempic is going to sell to Americans. For half the price of Ozempic, we could purchase regeneratively raised organic agriculture or organic food for every American, 3 meals a day, and gym membership for every obese American. Why are members of Congress doing the bidding of this Danish company instead of standing up for American farmers and children? Because Novo Nordisk is one of the largest funders of medical research, the media and politicians and the medical schools all go along with them.
They just go along.
Oh, you changed your mic.
Am I gone? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you, but it's way out there. Like your mic is on the other side
Oh,
of the
hey, I'm
room.
back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I put my boom up a moment ago. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Hi,
you're
I'm
good.
back. Um,
I heard you. I
you know,
thought you walked away from the screen because I grabbed a tab, but yeah, that right there. That Zempic is scary. It just had that lady come out talking about she lost bone density because of it for just being on it on a few months.
right. Think about this
And
though. What he said: the percentage of Americans that are obese. I don't, I couldn't hear what he said in the video. I thought he said 90%, but I was like, that's no way. But I just looked it up. Roughly 43% of the adult population in the United States is obese. Okay. And the go-to method to cure obesity in this country is either some form of gastric bypass surgery, lap band, or an injection. Nobody talks about physical fitness, diet. No, help me understand that, Ricky Pike. I mean, obviously he said it right there. All these dudes are paid for by the pharmaceutical companies.
Exactly.
You
But
know,
um, I got some numbers I'm gonna show, but I'm gonna show this right here. This is if this is legit for real. This is sad as completely hell.
I
saw
just left the
this.
doctor's office. I went to get a checkup because I've been off of Ozempic for 2 months now, and I just wanted to see if my body was in better condition, if there were any permanent damages. Kind of in shock right now because I wasn't expecting this, but I guess Ozempic can cause bone density loss, and I didn't think that that would happen to me because I was only on it for a year. But I have significant bone loss. I have osteoporosis and osteopenia, something I don't know. There's like several of them that I have. I wasn't expecting that, but that's what happens if you use Ozempic for weight loss and you lose too much weight.
Wow.
That's sad. And she's young. I mean, she got to be in her 20s. You know. Um, I know a friend of mine. He passed away when he tried to. He wanted to have the surgery for the stomach. Shrink the
Right.
stomach, whatever. And he died on the operating table.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah. It the only positive out of that situation was it caused a friend of mine to think more about his health and got him
Right.
where he lost 150 pounds since then on his own with no surgery, just hard work, working
Right.
out in the gym. He went from about 390, 400, creeping around there to he's down to about 240, 250 now. I mean, it's been an amazing change, and it took time. It wasn't instant, but I mean, everybody wants that instant, but there's consequences to that instant. You want instant satisfaction on weight loss.
It's
It
gonna hurt
sounds
you.
like
It's gonna hurt you.
it's going to
It's
hurt
gonna
you no
hurt you.
matter what.
Right.
If you're not eating right, if you do one extreme diet to another, if you
Right.
go to extremes, it don't help you none. And in Ozempic, it's not helping either. It's
You know,
hurting
and
too.
surgery's not surgery. Surgery or these other medical practices are not the way. I know, wow, I know more than a handful of people who have had that surgery. And Ricky Pike, when I tell you they've put the weight back on, why would you put yourself through that and then not maintain a healthy environment as far as your diet and your physical fitness goes, just to allow yourself to go right back into that? I mean, surgery's not cheap, you know what I mean? And people that do these shots find out after the fact that either they've got some kind of medical issue or they end up with a medical issue and then go get right back fat again, you know.
I don't know. I've seen so many do that. I agree. They'll eat, and they'll make that. They'll have the band or whatever, and they'll make that band and stretch out, and like, what was the point of you doing all that? I mean, were you?
Right.
Uh,
Let me ask you this,
for
Ricky.
sure.
You train fighters, you train people on a regular basis. If somebody out there is struggling with their weight and they're having a hard time, what are three simple things you could tell somebody to get started that could make a significant impact? And even if it's not significant, just a little after 30 days that they could see. What are three simple things?
For one, the portions of their food. The one thing for sure is if you're looking at trying to lose a little weight, if you look into it, if you always remember it takes a while for your stomach, for your brain to register what your stomach's doing. It takes a little while. So if you're eating and eating and eating, if you think about this, when you eat so much and you feel, and then when you get full at the dinner table, you get full at the restaurant, and by the time you get home, you're miserable. The reason you're
Right.
miserable because it takes a little while for it to register. So you
Right.
always got to stop, stop beforehand, and like you can eat a little while and then stop and let it
Eat slow.
settle
Right.
and then
Eat
eat
slow.
slow. Or even if you eat your small portion and then stop, let it settle. If you're still hungry, okay, eat. but so many people just scarf it down like Garfield looking ass. And I eat fast too, but
Hey, don't talk about me, bro. Don't talk about me. That's how I eat, man. It's I'm always in a hurry.
I
There's somewhere to go, some shit to do. It's
yeah. I mean, I eat fast too. It's just people used to mess with me about it. Like man, I had when I was a kid and stuff. People were like, man, we're not going to take your food, Ricky. I'm like, no, I don't know. I just boy, I've always eaten, but
so portion control, calories, right? So portion control,
yes,
working on a
yes.
diet. What kind of physical things, simple physical things, can somebody do?
It's just body movement. Get out, and move. If you can walk,
Just walk. Just walk.
if you can just walk. I'll tell you what, I've seen so many people up at the gym where where Connie works with them people downstairs, and there's so many in all kinds of different physical means. Some are in wheelchairs, some are um, you know elderly and stuff. And I've seen them turn around and take people from wheelchairs and make them start to be able to walk again. But the thing about it is, you got to be able to move, and like, okay, or if you're lifting weights and you're moving 5 pounds, that's good. You can't look at, well, I'm only moving 5 pounds. Okay, you're moving extra.
Right.
Pace yourself. If you were back in your early 20s and you were, for a guy, and in your early, you think about when you were a teenager in 20s, and I was like, man, I used to be able to bench press 235 or sets of seven and all that. Don't worry about none of that because you're not 17 years old no more. It don't matter. Take your time. Take your time. If you do want to go in the gym, weights. If you listen to all the professionals, you can listen to professional wrestlers. Because they got to work out all the time. You listen to them when they do their workout regimens and stuff. Uh, your their shoulders. They're working on light weights, multiple reps. That way, it keeps their healthy, keeps their joints healthy. Just get active. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Um, I mean, I know some people have different metabolism, stuff like that, and it's harder on others. But if you just able to move, and it's not easy. Like my buddy Richard, he to lose that 150 pounds, he had to work his ass off.
Right.
It wasn't easy.
Right.
It's hard work. It is dedication, you know.
Consistency,
But
man. You need consistency. If there's I don't care
mhm,
what you do, be consistent at it. That's the third thing everybody needs. Work on your diet, work on a little bit of exercise, and work on your consistency.
that's it.
I mean, it's not too
And the
hard.
rest will come. The rest will come. Um,
Right.
and just and the other one is F the haters. Number four is F the haters. Somebody tells you you can't do it, then you say that's the reason will do it, and I can do it. So that's F the haters. F the haters. I'll turn my little lights on here. Turn my little lights
Well, yeah, you gotta spice the place up, man.
on. Yeah, I got to spice the pace back up. I can't put my other lights on. I can't find my phone that has the app, and oh well, but it'll be all right. Yeah, it is wild. It's wild, wild. Is that too? Oh, I got. Speaking of what RFK was just talking about a little bit. Look at this. This is from 2020. This is not the. This ain't the recent numbers. Health professionals in the behalf of Elizabeth Warren herself, $2.3 million
Holy
for
cow!
oh for
Holy
yeah.
cow! Wait a minute. Businesses, services, electronic manufacturing equipment, health professionals, and I bet that's all pharmaceutical companies, bruh.
I
Education.
got.
Check that out. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this right here. $11 million
Oh
in
yeah, right here. Yeah.
education. Okay. Think about the message she tries to say. She talks about all these degrees that everybody needs. And, bro, listen, your degree in basket weaving is pointless. Okay. Intergender studies, pointless. Okay. Get an
I mean, if
economics
you're
degree.
interested and
You
you
know,
want that, I would say if you like that stuff, okay. But you're not going to get a job with it. You're not going to go out and get a career with it. If
right?
that's your side, if you want to do an extra thing on the side, and just don't that make that your major. If you that's what you want to do on the side, like, hey, that's my cool hobby. I like basket weaving. Yeah, yeah, and, that's cool. But
You know, on a side note, Ricky Pike, I just found a gangster photo of you, and I got to share it. You know, I
oh
went, I
shoot,
went, I went to the book looking for something, and this popped up there. I forgot about this,
so
man. I don't remember where we were, but man, you mean? Why are you such a mean guy, man?
we were down Tupelo.
Tupelo? Is that
Yeah,
6? Yeah,
that's
that's
6.
6. All right, good times. I just had to share that with us.
Yeah, I don't
Fun
know why I
picture.
was looking like that. I was in the mood that day, I guess. I was in the mood that day.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Here's
We're
another
always in a mood
interesting.
when we get there, though. You know, it's
Yeah, sometimes it's just all in the moment, and
right.
we get to the fights, and also on that one is the if you look closely on on that picture, it's the it's got the "Fuck Your Feelings" tour shirt on, so I was in a mood. There's a reason I had that shirt on.
Yeah, it's fun, man. Um, so I
This picture
saw.
here,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say this one here. If you're looking at it, uh, Senator Patty Murray is calling for. She don't want to. She was trying to get the confirmation of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Stop, but look who look who is paying Miss
So do
Patty.
different? I guess different politicians have different fees for what you're buying. You know, for the vote that you're going to buy based on what their stature is. I guess because she's a bigger figure, she requires more money. This chick right here, what's she get? Let's see, 1.5. Yeah,
Yeah, something like that. That's just this just for this right here. That's not counting the other stuff she got, of course.
right. Well,
That's you know just like they were talking about. AOC came into uh,
politics
Washington
with
broke,
nothing. Right.
and she's worth like $20 million now. So on
But
a
is she
hundred
really?
fifty.
I heard that was a little high. I heard she's only worth maybe a mil. You know what I mean? Like, but then again, I could be completely wrong, and you could be right, and I could have caught some bad news somewhere. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're looking at, um, you know, even a million, she only makes $150,000 a year.
Well, hey, bro, listen, I flipped a dime into a dollar. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm. For sure,
it can.
hustle,
I
baby,
dealt
hustle.
drugs. I dealt drugs doing it. Okay, I mean it can happen, but there's some shady shit going on when it happens. You know, have you? You know, when you look at, but when you look at like Nancy Pelosi, the money and shit she's got coming in, and then her stock portfolio percentage, dude. Listen, it's like that chick has a magic 8 ball every night that immediately tells her what stock to get on, when to sell it. Like, come on, man, I'm gonna need
Mm.
some of that action. You know, good
Oh,
God
for sure,
Almighty,
for sure.
God.
Appreciate you, Wally, for joining us. And I think he moved his show for he could be part of our show. That's awesome.
The
Yeah, she's a
RFK,
fucking
yeah,
crook.
RFK hearing clown show. Let me tell you that my favorite part of
Yeah,
the
yeah, for
hearing
sure, Herschel.
was when I can't remember the Republican senator. He asked him. He said, "So, are you a conspiracy theorist?"
I got the video. Let's see. I got
Oh,
it,
dude,
baby.
play this. This is great, man, because it's hard to be a
I got
conspiracy
it.
theorist when all the shit you conspiring about all turns out to be right.
I got
I'm
it here.
batting like 1,000.
Let's see. I got so much. That's
The
not
only thing
it.
that I've not been proven wrong yet is the moon landing, and I still think we faked that shit. And you know, hey, have you ever seen the old Apollo footage from where they're outside the capsule spacewalking?
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Have you seen the footage of like when they're doing the nuclear bomb test and it
Yeah, and the
and it
toy
looks like
houses. Yeah, I saw that on
the
the
toy
Rogan show,
houses?
bro. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
and my thing with this is this, if the government lies to you about anything, even the most minute detail, what else are those hoes lying about? That's my question. All right. Hey, just an update real quick. FAA report, American Airlines flight was 5342 and it collided with a Black Hawk helicopter. Yeah.
Damn, not good. I always said in the beginning, um, yeah, it's pray for those people right there, for them families, because that's somebody lost a loved one for sure.
Bro, I hate to completely pivot to something wild, but have you seen this new White House correspondent, Natalie Winters? Listen, I'm not going to say I would give my Corvette away, but like, is she single? Is she available? Like, man, wow. Where'd they
I
find
seen
this
a
under
video.
30-year-old kid at?
I seen a video talking about being press secretary, and the difference between the
Oh
first
my
time
goodness.
of what we had and what we have
What we
now.
got now?
And she gets straight to business. What you call it? She would go like her first line talking about what she was, and she's the first blah 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 and blah 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 and blah. All that crap. This girl's just going right to business, saying, "Hey, this is what's going on. This is what we're doing." Blah blah blah.
Did you see they're putting
Did
out
you see
press
the
releases? Go ahead.
for for everybody?
Oh no. They're
Not for
putting out.
everybody, but for you're able, not to say everybody, but you're able to, like, if you have internet shows and stuff like that, you're able to apply and see if you not be able to the
Right, but
possibility
what
be on there.
what I'm talking about is the press release, official White House stationery calling out all the fake news that these motherfuckers are reporting.
Oh yeah, I seen that too.
Oh my goodness, dude.
I might have that saved too. I've saved so much, like I said before, between so much last. Yeah, but yeah, let's listen to this.
Let's go ahead.
Are
This is
you a
great.
conspiracy theorist? Yeah. Are you a conspiracy theorist here?
Are you a conspiracy theorist?
I like how people are laughing.
That is a pejorative, Senator, that's applied to me mainly to keep me from asking difficult questions of powerful interests. I was told that I was a conspiracy theorist. That label was applied to me because I said that the vaccines, the COVID vaccine, didn't prevent transmission and it wouldn't prevent infection, when the government was telling people, Americans, that it would. I was saying that because I was looking at the monkey studies in May of 2020. I was called a conspiracy. Now everybody admits it. I was called a conspiracy theorist because I said red dye caused cancer. And now FDA has acknowledged that and banned it. I was called a conspiracy theorist because I said fluoride review of 87 studies saying that there's a direct inverse correlation between IQ loss.
All right. So I'm going to assume
I could go on for about a week.
Is there any one of them that you can say, you got me? That really was a conspiracy theory, or are you in a position?
I could go up for a week, baby.
Right.
Oh, RFK.
Yeah, dude. He roasted those people, man. Like, when he talked about fluoride in the water before it became a fact, and then all of a sudden news people are like, oh my God, guess what? Fluoride will dumb down your kid. What? Wait a minute. Is that real? Man, what was it, the astrazine or whatever that freaking Rogan was talking about years ago, that it makes the frogs gay, and people.
Uh-oh.
Is this thing working now?
Yeah, it's working back now.
But and then there are reports that are like, oh my God, the frogs are gay. I believe that there is a movement in our country through our diet to poison us, man. I mean, I think that some of these dyes and hormones that we put in this food is affecting our kids. Um, when you look at kids today, autism rate is through the roof. Okay. And they want to try to say things like, well, it's always been high. You just didn't know it because, the internet wasn't around. Well, no, I remember going to school and I remember how big the class was. It was small. And then I can tell you that I've worked events at schools where you go in and there are freaking 40 kids there. And you're like, wow. And it's like every school is like this. Why? And then when you just look at the sheer lack of emotional balance that the youth today have, even if they're not on the spectrum. Everybody claims to be on something. I'd say the majority of the adolescents today are medicated. I wonder what those stats look like. Let's ask Grok what those stacks. How many
Good
adolescents
question.
are medicated in the US with, what are those called? Antidepressants. And what's the other one? Huh? What? SSRI? Let's see what Grok says. According to the research, oh my goodness, bro, this is insane. From 2016 to 2022, there was a notable rise in antidepressant prescription among the U.S. adolescents and young adults aged 12 to 25, with an overall increase of 66.3%. That was the most commonly dispensed type of antidepressant during this period, accounting for more than 67% of the antidepressant prescriptions. So, of the 100% of prescriptions that are out there, okay, of all of them, 67% are going to our kids. Specifically for adolescents aged 12 to 17, the monthly antidepressant dispensing rate increased by 129.6% for females post March 2020. Why the
That's a lot.
rise in women?
That's a lot.
Bro, like, they're medicating us, they're poisoning us through the food. You know, um, I think that, like, yeah, a few years ago, I used to tell this stand-up joke where I'd be like, if you wanted to kill the entire population, all you do is poison a chicken sandwich and advertise it. Now everybody goes out and eats your Chick-fil-A or your Wendy's or whatever sandwich, and all of a sudden, boom, everybody's dead. Well, then when you look at the amount of fast food that's out there and the meat that they're using and the quality of meat that they're using, you got to start asking yourself, man, are we poisoning the population? If half the population is obese and half the population lives off fast food, what do you do? Dave, we can hear feedback, brother.
You got feedback?
Can
We
hear
do, we
echo.
do.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me.
Well, we can hear you at least. What's up, my friend? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Well, let me fix this.
I can hear you.
Mic business.
I don't hear me in the background now. Oh
I
no,
do.
I heard it. I heard it that time.
Okay. All right.
It's like I'm singing a duet with myself. I don't think I am anymore. He muted me.
He disappeared.
Yeah, you got to click that button again that I am using a mic headset when you come back in, or I'm not using a headset, and it turns it down.
Yeah, I think you can actually go manually in there and
Like dial it down.
Yeah, you can go echo cancellation if you don't have the headset down there, and you can
Right.
click that. I think it'll do it. But yeah, you were talking about our press secretary here, Caroline, sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba.
And in just a few moments, Dave will pop in and join us again. Welcome, Dave.
Dave will be back. Dave will be back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks,
this is
Caroline.
great.
Unfortunately, predecessors of both parties in this job. When you're up here in this briefing room speaking to the American public, do you view yourself and your role as speaking on, advocating on behalf of the president, or providing the unvarnished truth that is, not to lie, not to obfuscate to the American people?
I commit to telling the truth from this podium every single day. I commit to speaking on behalf of the President of the United States. That is my job. And I will say it's very easy to speak truth from this podium when you have a president who is implementing policies that are wildly popular with the American people. And that's exactly what this administration is doing. It's correcting the lies and the wrongs of the past 4 years, many of the lies that have been told to your faces in this very briefing room. I will not do that. But since you brought up Truth Seek, I would like to point out, while I vowed to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House. So yes, I will hold myself to the truth, and I expect everyone in
She ain't playing with him. She
No.
ain't playing with him.
Well, I don't think anybody in the White House is playing with him right now. And I love, like, I almost feel like, and I don't remember who coined the phrase a few days ago, but somebody said Trump is kind of in shock and awe mode with all of the executive orders that he's putting out, because every time the media starts to focus on something, it gets mad. Boom, he drops another one that throws them completely in another direction. And as soon as they start to target that, boom, back the other direction. Yeah, I'm digging it, bro. I'm digging it.
How you doing today, Dave?
Brother, pretty good. Running a little late. How's that microphone for you?
Great.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah, man, I had to slide up there to the gym, man. Put in some sweat. It's been too long. So yeah. And
That's all good.
it-
I went
getting
to
home,
the
catching
land
up to
today. I
you
was throwing trees and shit, so I got enough workout doing that.
guys. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah, it
Yes,
was.
sir.
I got a lot done today, but
What'd
it's
you do today?
throwing trees and like literally throwing trees.
That's what
You
happened.
working on your, you working down there on your property or what?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Cool. Cool.
yeah. I
That's
got a bunch done. So
that's a cool work to be doing, isn't it? That feels good,
yeah,
huh?
yeah. Knowing that it's coming. Um, hell, I can. Well, it's gonna act up. I was gonna say I could. Well, I can still do it. Ooh, I almost fucked up there. I hit the wrong button. I'm glad it asked me a
Where'd
question.
Ricky go?
Yeah, exactly what's about to happen. It almost happened. I promise you. Let's see if I can find it. But yeah, we Dave, we've been talking about the RFK, how he's it's about RFK Day today. And did you on a different note, did you see that mayor up in Chicago? They getting fighting with other fucking people. They got a
No,
that was
no.
pretty wild. But
It's
here's
bad when it's
it,
not entirely surprising. You're not like, holy crap, yeah.
yeah, no, that's but here's the good part of on the RFK. They were trying to get him, man. They They were upset. Okay.
Well, they didn't do a very good job of getting him. Okay, if that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah, they didn't. He had all the information.
And
Oh,
Mr.
yeah, he
Kennedy, I look
does.
forward to working with you. Chairman, adjourn.
The thing about RFK is like he's been doing this stuff for years. I'll leave it on here. I'll just scroll through. Y'all see all kind of stuff. Yes, here's the Chicago. We'll show that in a second. They're
Oh, that was
swinging,
wild,
buddy.
bro.
They were swinging, buddy. Oh, here we go. Here's RFK back in the day. Like he's been doing this forever.
The EPA announced that in 19 states, it is now unsafe to eat. The mercury's coming from those coal burning power plants. In 49 states, at least some of the fish are unsafe to eat. In fact, the only state where all of the fish are safe to eat is Dick Cheney's home state of Wyoming, where the Republican-controlled legislature has refused to appropriate the money to test the fish. We know a lot about mercury now. According to CDC, the mercury, there's 1 out of every 6 American women now has so much mercury in her womb that her children are at risk for a grim inventory of diseases: autism, blindness, mental retardation, heart, liver, and kidney disease. I have so much mercury in my body just from eating fish, 2.5 times what EPA is considered safe. I was told by Dr. David Carpenter, who's the principal authority on mercury toxicity in this country, that if a woman with my levels of mercury in her blood would have children with cognitive impairment, with permanent brain neurological injury. Today, according to CDC, there's 640,000 children born in this country every year who've been exposed to dangerous levels of mercury in their mother's wombs. The Clinton administration, recognizing the gravity of this national health epidemic, reclassified mercury as a hazardous pollutant under the Clean Air Act. That triggered a requirement that all of those plants remove 90% of the mercury within 3.5 years. It would have cost them less than 1% of plant revenues, and we know that it works. And they study from the fish and waterways downwind of those plants. But this is an industry that that donated $156 million to President Bush and his party since the 2000 election cycle. And their reward was leaders like Mr. Homestead here, who came in and eviscerated that rule and instead replaced a rule that was written by utility industry lobbyists, his own law firm, like and Watkins, which ended essentially the regulation, that tight regulation of mercury, and allows these utilities to continue to discharge mercury at huge rates for endless periods of time.
RFK was supposed to be on, Obama's administration.
Right.
All of a sudden amazing now because he's with Trump.
I'm about it.
Stop this, you stupid thing.
8
now
years ago, the EPA.
They all hate him.
Bro.
Oh yeah.
I was listening. I'm gonna tell you why they hate him. Okay. So I was listening to Roger Stone and Alex Jones this afternoon, and Roger was talking about the declassification of the Kennedy files, right? And talking about the MLK files as well. Well, apparently a conversation had gone down that's this wiretap declassification that's fixing to come out apparently sums it all up on what happened. And the story goes MLK was going to support JFK, and they had MLK whacked before he could conveniently, back him. Or I'm sorry, RFK. He was going to back RFK, and they whacked him. Wait a minute. No, he was going to JFK. My God, I'm all over the place. Holy crap. Anyway, but they've got this wiretap apparently that discusses MLK having the conversation, or somebody in his party having the conversation about how they're gonna back him, and then he gets whacked shortly after, and you know, yeah, dude, there's some, yeah, they all got whacked because they were questioning the establishment, man. And
It, for sure. And I think uh, Sharpton and Jesse, I believe I believe to uh, for a shadow of a doubt that they came up to them or like, if you don't play along with us, you are next. If you got to play our game, or we're going to take you out just like we did Malcolm and MLK. And they were like, yes sir, we'll do whatever you want us to do. And they did it.
right,
They pushed the narrative, whatever narrative they were told to push. And
right.
they keep, to this day, they keep pushing whatever narrative they're told to push.
Well, you know, when we
Absolutely.
talk about narratives and things that are being pushed, I think that a major thing that needs to be looked at is the way these people are voting, who they're getting their money from. Put it out on a data sheet and look at where the common factors are, and start looking at it, man. How is money? Follow the money, man. Follow the money. You know, um, yeah, it's, I don't know, man. I think that when you find out that these companies are the ones that are, you know, legally navigating the way that these votes get done on these, laws and different changes and regulations and stuff that affect these guys, and they drop a few million here or a couple 100,000 here, and all of a sudden you've got senators on board with them and think it's the greatest idea ever. It's going to revolutionize everything.
Mhm.
And they were paid to say that. It's no different than being a lobbyist themselves on behalf of an organization. That's what these fucking politicians do. They sell it to us and try to tell us that it's the greatest thing ever while they're collecting bread under the table, you know?
Been doing it forever. They've been doing it for over
Right.
100 years. I mean, you think about, you know, you think about the diamond industry. You used to not have diamond wedding rings until
Right.
the early 1900s, when they had all these diamonds and didn't know what to damn do with them. So they're like, then they did the Diamond is Forever
It's a
marketing
marketing,
campaign.
man. It's a
And then all of a
marketing
sudden,
ploy.
Kellogg's and breakfast. People didn't eat breakfast.
The
We,
cereal is killing your children. Okay, in case you didn't know, it's fucking their minds up. The amount of sugar that these kids are getting, they should not be eating this crap in the morning. You know what I mean? They talk about the fact when they first get up. Listen, I think you need to go 12 hours between a meal. If you're going to eat at 8 o'clock at night, and you're going to eat your next meal, it should be something nutritious, not some shit covered in sugar and, you know, fruit, good. Cocoa Puffs, bad. Even though I will eat a whole box of those bitches. Okay, don't judge me. I'm telling you how you should do it.
don't do as I do. Do as I say do.
I don't
That's
eat it
basically
anymore,
what the
man.
government is. I don't
Right.
either. I was, man, Lucky Charms and shit. I'll fuck up all
I
that
swear
shit.
I was riding down the road and I was like, man, I've been screaming about the poisons in the food for a long time too, and been concerned about it. But then I thought, like, what if they do an executive order and snatch all the fucking frosted flakes and shit, and I'm gonna be mad as fuck. I'm gonna be mad. Bring back my poison. Yeah, make it better, y'all. They got, so, like, in other countries they have the same product but made in a superior non-poisonous way.
Right.
As a matter of fact, so, like, they can fucking do better, and they need to. Um, so yeah,
Well, it
Yeah,
was
Wally.
crazy road tripping through Europe, man. When I went to Europe, soda over there is completely different. Everything tasted so weird, and I think it's because they're freaking poisoning us over here, man. You know, the sodas just
Mm-hmm.
didn't have that sweetness to them.
The
I don't know.
different coloring, like even if it's the same
Yeah.
drink, it's different coloring and everything.
Have you seen the
We got.
videos and photos of the orange soda between here and there?
That's exactly what I was talking
Yeah.
about. Exactly. I
Yeah.
got. Hey, Wally, tell Bad I said hi, or she can probably hear me. Yeah, Rice Krispies, cornflakes. I mean, cornflakes. That was the one that they started the whole thing, and that was the whole. Uh, People weren't buying it, and they decided to hold that marketing campaign. All that extra sugar and stuff. I mean, if I eat cereal, it's the healthier cereal now, and it's usually at night. I don't. Which I've always put it because of me working nights for so many years, and my body's twisted. I usually eat breakfast at night, like breakfast type food at night. I don't eat it during the morning,
Right.
but it is better. Herschel was talking about you just need protein and fat in the AM for brain food. I can see that. Uh, but I'm with Jamie. I kind of go. I know me. I go in the first thing in the morning. I don't eat nothing. I might grab a banana running out the door or something. That's about
Right.
it, you know. Uh, and I'll go most of the day, like I did today. I went the whole day damn near. Didn't eat much. Got busy and started
Bro,
working and did what I
tell me
needed
what
to
you
do.
this I I eat a triple fried egg sandwich every fucking morning, bro. Every morning. I fry 3 eggs, toast some bread, some mayonnaise, and every morning. So what do you, is that? I mean, but eggs are good for you though. I don't know about when you fry them, but
Yeah.
you know,
Um,
what do you
Man, I
think?
think if you fry them in
That's a hell of
butter,
a
you're good,
sandwich.
bro.
Yeah,
I use
no
olive oil.
margarine.
I
Yeah, no margarine.
I've been using
You
olive
know, I used to think that lard, like I remember my grandmother had this big can of lard, right? And I just thought it was always so gross, and I thought it was horrible for you. Well, come to find out, lard ain't that bad for you, compared to
Compared to
cooking,
margarine.
right? Compared to cooking with some of these other oils out there and cooking with margarine. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, I understand, Wally.
yeah.
Wally says that cereal's the only thing we can afford. I understand. It's one of them things. Um, you know, just kind of watch it. Watch the cereal. There's better cereals than other cereals. If you're eating, you know, like Jamie, if you're eating Cocoa Puffs with chocolate marshmallows in it, and all the extra, it might not be the best thing.
Right.
Uh, you know, but
When I started working
it's
on
all in balance. It's everything in balance. If you're
moderation is the
if
key
you
to happiness.
for sure, you can eat, you can eat the cereal, but it's a balance, and also you just watch it because you could eat so much of it, or not much of it, but you see the stats are so high, like all the sugar and the calorie and all that, like you've eaten half your daily allowance of shit and just for breakfast, and that's yeah, and Herschel's eggs, fish, or beef. He said that's a good breakfast. Egg Sammys with butter. Hell yeah.
There you go.
He also made a comment. MLK was starting to speak about the Vietnam War also back in that time.
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
so
Man, there's so many things about all these wars. And the victor dictates history, okay?
always.
Always, okay? Um, the things that they've told us about why we're there, why it's in America's interest, it's always been a lie. Almost every major conflict that we've been involved with has started because of a lie. You know, um, I think it's fair to start questioning every time we're in conflict with someone. Are we doing the right thing? Are we the good guys in this situation? You know, um,
What are
there's no good
the
guys or bad
motives?
guys.
What
Right?
is the
It's
motives to the
motives.
situation? Yeah, what is the motives to the situation? And it's just like in my mind, it's like you go back to like 9/11. Uh,
Right?
like that's I say that every once every couple episodes really, but 9/11 was one that made me look at it, and then you start looking at the situation, you start looking at the real details of it, and it's just like that, don't because and the reason I'm saying this because I was right there. I was like gung ho, like let's level these motherfuckers. They attacked us. Let's level them. And then you start, you know, you start looking into it, and you got the dancing Israelis on top of the roof, and then you
Right.
got building 6 that has a hole down the center of it blown in the hell. Building 7 didn't get hit and fell. You got so many things and go, man, what the hell? Wait a minute. And it makes you step back. And just the big thing is like all these wars, you have to sit back, you got to take a step back and go, okay, that's what's going on. You
Bro,
can't
I couldn't
get
like
emotional and get jump into it and go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, because that's what they want you to do. And for you won't look at all the details and the actual
right.
what's actually fucking going on.
I remember when September 11th happened, all I wanted to do was bomb every fucking Arab country in the Middle East, right? Because the way the media spun it, it's like Muslims are bad, and you
Mm-hmm.
depending on where you get your news from, man, you buy into that bullshit, Then
Yeah.
not even a week later, I start questioning a few things. A couple months later, I really start questioning some things. And then as the years have gone by, I question everything that they told us about that day. I know that if they'll lie to us about one thing, what else are they lying about? So,
And if you pay attention to the declassified stuff when it comes out and go, oh man, you go back to Vietnam and the Tompkins Bay incident didn't happen, and you go back and oh this didn't happen, oh this didn't happen, and you keep on going back like, well, if they lied about these, why wouldn't they just, if it worked for them before, why wouldn't it work again, and just continue that rotation of just keep on doing it. Well, it don't matter because in 50 years, that's about when they'll find out about it.
right.
Unless it's JFK and it's been beyond 50 years. But
Let me ask you this: you think
this
you
year
think
is the year.
you think we're really going to get it all this year?
I hope. I got on a talk on there on X about that, um, and I brought up the comments, and one of the guys that was hosting was like that was good, but they kind of kicked me off there. They zoomed me, hushed me up at the end, but that's okay. But it
Right.
was, it's, I'm hoping they don't have like if you go back and look at so many declassified stuff, it's just black bars here, black bar. Oh, you got a piece of paper that's got it says, "Hey, there was
Bunch of
something
black
going on."
bars.
That's it. You're black sheeted the whole damn thing. That's not it. And I hope to God that's not what it is. I hope it's actual. You get to see what happened. I mean, and that's if they do, that's just gonna be a slap in the face of everybody. That's one of the reasons for electing
Is there
Trump was for that reason. That was among the many others, but that was one of the points, and we talked about it on here, about the declassification of, and the one I'm worried about though is if they declassify MLK, there might be some you might not want to be in a liberal uh left leaning
Bro.
city at that moment when they drop the bomb of that shit that comes out
Right.
because there might be some uprising uh, and there might be some cities torn apart because of the once they realize what truly has happened. You know, they've already had the lawsuit as it is. You can look back and see that the feds paid the family, for basically killing them. They gave them money already, so now once they actually declassify it and people can actually see it and it's fresh in their memory, and just they kind of just shovel that up. Hopefully it don't happen, but man, that's my concern is you being around a major city, it could get ugly damn quick for sure.
Right.
Because they tried to burn Memphis down when it happened. My grandfather was a tow truck driver at the time. He had a towing service. He wasn't a driver. He owned his own towing service down here in Whitehaven, over off of Third and Holmes area. That's a good, that's a good area. But
Right.
even then, but he had, he had to have police escort and police riding with him everywhere he had to go get a tow. And uh, man, they were, you had to be careful. They would throw fireballs and Molotovs at freaking houses and shit. They were trying to burn fucking Memphis to the ground,
Right.
uh, and they, back in '68, so if that comes loose, and as in the way the media can screw and construe it all and push them. Well, screw with people's heads for sure. You know, and they could they can rile some people damn up,
Right.
and all we need is a little Soros freaking a couple little henchmen in the mix of it, and hell, it's on then, baby.
You know, I don't know if you heard, but there was an issue yesterday on the border with Border Patrol and 3 men that they're saying apparently are some kind of cartel members. And I don't know how they gather that by just seeing 3 dudes shooting guns across the river. You just assume they're cartel. But they say that they think they're cartel. 3 guys opened fire on um, border officers. I don't remember what. I think it was Texas. But we had drone footage over the top of them looking at them. That video has already been released. I think that incidents like that are going to step up more. I think we're actually going to see some incidents on our side of the border, down through Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico. Um, like I think that, yeah, it's
Did you
you've
see
got
their plant
that group of
bombs?
yeah, so
Did you?
you've got that group of people, and then on the flip side of that, you've got the LGBT trans movement that there's some videos of these guys out there, guys, girls, slash, you know, that they're like, we need to go buy guns, we need to take this back, and bro, we already know that these people are shooting up schools. It's no longer the lone white kid anymore. It's all these freak show kids now with the purple hair and their fun pronouns. And eventually somebody's going to recognize that and ask the question, who's fucking with these kids' head to make them go do this shit? So
Well, I mean, and then they're putting these kids on medication as little as they can, as soon as they can. You know, if you got a kid that is hyper or just a little bit, the doctor's like, you need to drug that kid up. You know, and so he's been on medication his whole damn life, or she or whatever. You know, it's sad. That's I think that's part of it. You are putting in a mental drug that affects the mental capabilities and twists and changes their mentally, their mood and everything else at a young age while they're developing. It can't be good. Absolutely
right.
can't be good. As they're developed with this drug in their system, and yeah, you got all this crap. I don't know. I saw where they were a bunch of them were supposed to be leaving the country. Uh, they wanted to go to other countries. They better not go to the Middle East. That's all I gotta say. If they want to go
Let me
somewhere
just
else,
put
they
this
better.
out there real quick on our little plane crash earlier. So there's a lot of stuff coming in the last 30 minutes since this has all gone on, right? Uh,
Hmm.
Apparently, this helicopter was not running a transponder; it was flying low. Now there's a report out that said they just sent the emergency command center plane up, which is the 747 Air Force One, but it's like I think this is the same plane, but it's like loaded down with shit. So that plane is now in the air, headed. Looks like it's headed to DC. So I don't know what the fuck is going on over there, man. Um, yeah,
That's some
good
stuff.
times, man.
Always. Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Now this
Man.
fucking dude right here is saying Washington D.C. may be under attack right now. Come on, man. This fucking moron. Dude, I've followed this guy for a while, man. Matt Wallace. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
kind of
He
a,
says
his
stupid shit. He just says shit to get people's attention half the time. I think he pulls shit out of
right,
his ass. I don't believe 90% of shit he says.
right. Yeah, so they're saying U.S. Well, this is just the reports coming in. U.S. military helicopter did not have its transponder on, but those are the fucking nut jobs that follow this stuff um, online. So, for people that don't know, there's an FAA website that you can go to that you can track all airborne aircraft that are running their transponders for civilian airliners to see. Most aircraft run that transponder, even military aircraft. If you're a military aircraft operating in general commercial airspace, that transponder is going to be on so the tower can see you. You know, yeah, something weird, bro. Something weird.
I'm reading that there were 60 passengers, 4 crew, and somebody else said that they have pulled 4 survivors out so far. Hopefully,
Oh,
that
they
number
did get 4
increases.
survivors.
That's just people in the chat, dude. You know how that goes. But I mean, that's just
Right.
people talking on the thread under Kevin Sorbo or whatever.
I know. I do see it right here. 4 people have been rescued from the water.
That's good. Hopefully
Yeah.
find more. That's
everyone is a great blessing. So hopefully they'll keep after it. And man, yeah, man.
Such a such an interesting world we live in. It's ever changing. It's always dangerous. You know.
Oh, here's something to
Plane
give you
crash
a
on the day
little show.
on the day that there's a big event for a Kennedy is noteworthy too. If you've read about the Kennedy family and their bad luck with planes.
Yeah.
Hey, here's some government spending for you. Let me do this math real quick. This math right here says that the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation got $54 million to install high-speed internet and broadband for the American Indians that live on that reservation. There are 16,906 people on that reservations. So that means we spent $3,194,132 on each of those American Indians to have broadband service.
Did they actually get it? That's the question. Because
Elon Musk just retweeted that out. He's like, he goes, Starlink can do it for more than 10 times less. Oh, I got no doubt. My God.
I mean, hell, Xfinity could do that for 10 times less. I mean, come on, it's
wow, bro. These people love wasting money that ain't theirs. You know what I mean?
They don't care. They absolutely don't care. Here's your funny video. I don't know if you've seen this already, but I think it's funny.
People the other day crying, oh, I don't know, Trump has removed money. He said he's not giving us any more money. Why are you crying? It's not your government, it's not your country. He has no reason to give you anything. I mean,
no reason.
You don't pay taxes in America. He's appealing to his people. This is a wake-up call for you to say, okay, what are we going to do to help ourselves? Instead of crying, tujiulize, what are we going to do? Haya, ametoa hiyo pesa, sasa tutafanya namna gani jameni? What are we going to do? Yeah? To support ourselves. Because nobody is going to continue holding out a hand there to give you. It is time for us to use our resources for the right things. We are the ones who...
He's right, though. It's funny, though, but it's right, the way he just said it.
He should run for office in Kenya.
Hey, I saw somebody post that video and said, hey, can we trade him for AOC?
Yeah. We recruit you, man. Show them how to integrate.
Hey, AOC.
Boom.
AOC came on, was on something the other day. And she came out and was talking about how much money even the Democrats are getting there. She was calling them out, calling out the Democrats because they're taking much money from outside, and they needed to be more just, and because they're the better party and all that. But she was calling out the Dems for how much money they're getting, which, like we were talking about earlier, hell, she's a millionaire now. Even if she's only 1 millionaire for a job that only pays 150,000 a year, it's kind of hypocritical for her to be calling others out. Maybe she's just mad she don't get the same amount as uh, as some of the other, as Elizabeth Warren and Pelosi, and they've been there a long time, so they get the big bucks. She don't, the big bucks. They be
Well,
getting
like I
some
said,
money
it all
though.
depends on how big you are as a politician. It determines how much money you get.
Exactly. How much pull you got? If you're the big boys and you got a lot of
Right.
pull and money, I forget what that guy is. A Tennessee senator talking about that, and he said, "I'll never be." I'm trying to think of his damn name, but he said, "I'll never be, chairman of a board, one of the groups or nothing like that, because he said I just don't get, I don't get the money that other people get." He said he called it right out. He don't play ball like everybody else does, accepting there's so much money. I'm sure he accepts some. That's part of the game. Which I've said before. If you go if you go watch the movie Distinguished Gentleman, you'll see exactly what they've been doing and how they're doing it. And yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. You walk in with nothing, you leave with the world in your hand. Thanks, Obama.
They all been doing that.
Oh, I know.
They
I
all
know.
been doing it.
I know it.
Clinton, Bush,
Isn't
Senior, all of
Clinton
them.
the one that made pretty much all the money off China for allowing them to steal the majority of intellectual right, like the cameras, your cell phone technology, your um, I mean, everything's made over there now, but they were stealing technology of our planes, of our, you know, computer chips, computer software or hardware. I just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
You look back at some of the ones that they were supported by, all of them, eh, you know Bush Senior. But I mean, if you look at back at their in the background stuff, hell, Bush Senior, CIA, that's why they put him with Reagan, so they have a CIA asset inside the White House kind of deal.
Right.
It's you start digging deep, and you start pulling left and right side out and start looking at big picture and follow the money. You'll see so much corruption. Like we were at the end of the last one, and we were talking about. Well, you missed it, Jamie. Me and Dave were talking about a guy popped on the very end of the conversation and was made a comment about did we actually believe that uh, you know you know you know about presidents blah 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 this and I don't think he realized we were actually comment and answer his comment, uh, but yeah, and what I believe is left wing, right wing, same bird. I mean, they're both sides, and that's why we've as a group here have gone with caution of what's going on and hoping to like hold Trump to that standard of what he said he gonna do. If he gonna do it, then we respect that. If he don't, we need to there's something we need to you know put that out there too. So far he's fucking batting 1,000. Everything he said this time he's throwing it out there. I give him credit on that. Love or hate
Right.
him, he is chunking everything out. He's saying he going we're supposed to get the files for JFK within 45 days.
Right.
It's gonna be I can't wait to do a show on that. That's gonna be fun if they actually send out files and not black screens.
I
Sheets,
wish he'd have
but
pulled a boss move and said, matter of fact, hey fellas, a couple of you fellas, head over there right now and start grabbing those fucking boxes and just we're going to be scanning those on this website tonight, right, boys? Y'all are going to upload all that right now. No redactions. We're fucking gangsters. We should air this shit out. That would be so boss, man. But I hope we don't get black lined to death. But hopefully, I mean, like you said, when you get these things, man, they're fucking smeared, man. So we'll see.
yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about. They just covered up. Yes, like Sweet says, Sharpie is their favorite color. That or burnt. A lot of them they got destroyed. And a lot of the files they destroyed. Absolutely.
Makes you wonder too. Like, they've had 70 years or what? They've had fucking a long time, right? So, um, have they had time to fabricate a whole cache of false documents? You know what I mean? Like, and are there true documents like that have been hiding out some fucking where? And everybody, I'm like, that's an imminent. That's like a bomb ticking over there in the corner. So
they're in Biden's garage.
yeah. Where are they? Are they in the Clinton Library? Where the fuck are the what? Wow.
And the Book of Secrets, what do they have on the History Channel? Had that show talking about the Book of Secrets that every president gets to see. Maybe they are in that thing. I don't know. Maybe there is one.
Right.
I don't know. Did you see about the drones? They were talking about all them drones were the bullshit.
FAA approved. FAA approved.
They did have the light. A lot of them had the lights now.
Oh yeah, they have the lights on. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know about all that shit. That's a cop out. I think. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes on that, but that's just a cop out.
Well, it's always kind of a cop out because they're gonna lie every time. Anything they can do to divert you and not give you, I don't know. They're gonna lie about everything, bro.
Man, I got video footage of RFK getting ready for what he got through yesterday.
Was he working out?
He's working out, baby. Check out my buddy here.
Oh wait, is this him lifting her? Oh, this is great. I've seen this. Bruh. That's a big bitch. Like that's a big chick, bro. Like
Run it.
That's crazy.
Let's go.
People are so dirty.
Up.
I don't doubt it hurt her feelings when they popped up and said, the dude's like, look, man, my tires aren't good and my suspension's not good. So, no thanks.
okay, so if she got in the car and he had a wreck, what happens then? Say he had a blowout.
Mm-hmm. She was sued then.
Look, bro, I've seen what happens when somebody of that size gets in a small compact car, and that did not look like an Uber XL. Hey, listen, she could have at least ordered a Uber XL. She know how damn big she is.
Yeah, she's like, well, I never ordered one. My dude's like, no, man, no. And then there's picture of her, and she's doing a music video in the back of a fucking SUV, and she fills up the whole back hatch of the SUV. I mean, that's how you want to be.
I just saw a video of her falling off stage rapping tonight.
Oh shit, I haven't seen that, but if you want to be that big, hey, that's cool. But you're not gonna get a normal car. I mean,
right?
There's a guy I know. I remember we went to me and my buddy Richard, the one I was talking about, had lost so much weight and everything. And we went on to this restaurant and we wanted to get sit down, and they had a bench, and he squeezed in, like he barely squeezed in. And my buddy, the other friend that he was with his wife and stuff, and I knew they were going, sit at their own table, and they tried to put him in a bench, and he was like, nope, and he wasn't going to fit. Like he wasn't going to fit. Like you understand that you're that big. There's certain things you can't do. I'm sorry. It's just part of it.
Right. I mean, it sounds like it makes
Yeah.
sense that you would understand it, but they don't,
It just I mean I've never heard this person. I listen to everything. I listen a lot. I'm around a lot of young people and stuff like that, so I hear all kinds of different music, and like people would like play the music on at the gym and with my kids and stuff. So, but I ain't never heard of her before until now. So,
Right.
but yeah, here's her in the back of a SUV here. I
I
want to see her stand up out the back of that damn thing. I want to see her step up. Just slide out the back of that thing.
What did she say was wrong with her pussy? Is that what I heard? Like, is that? I mean, I don't mean to offend anybody, but she said it, so I think like I'm fair to ask the question.
Do I need to put it back on right here?
I mean, I can just Google the lyrics. My God, what kind of trash are we listening to these days? Like,
That's why I
dude,
clicked off.
I miss hip hop, bro. I miss hip hop. Like real hip
Old school. I
hop.
miss old school R&B. I mean, like back in the
Man,
day, like
right.
the '90s. The '90s. I think the '90s was the last decade that had really actual, honest, good music. And then
Right.
it's sad to say like now with Diddy and stuff and all that shit that there was some side terrible shit going on for them to get to be able to get to sing and perform and stuff. But
Right.
like actual like people singing about something that actually meant something. You had the '90s, you had shows of families coming together, you had family times and shows like that, and then you hit 2000s and, then you get all the reality TV and all that shit, oh, well, I'm brain farting on that damn one show, but Jersey Shore, you get
All
shows like Jersey
ridiculous,
Shore and all
man.
that
Yeah.
bullshit. You went from having good family shows to bullshit like that. And that's the beginning of the end of what we're at the point we're at now.
It's all downhill from there, my brother.
It really is. It really is. It feels that way.
We live in a sad state, bro. Like social media personalities and people that would never lift a finger for you are the ones dictating mindsets of people. I mean, they control the thought process. You know, um, yeah, it's
Not as
just,
much though. It's coming to an end, I think.
man, I hope so, dude, because I can't take too many more, fad rappers that, were. I mean, do you remember the Tide Pod era? I mean, I thought we escaped the Tide Pod era. You know, hey, let's do some dumb shit. Now you got motherfuckers shooting up a neighborhood because they saw somebody else do it on a music video. Or
I don't know. I mean,
it's just
like TikTok. I mean, you got you know you got people coming up and doing a video and uh, cutting their boyfriend's hair or doing something to their boyfriend or whatever to just because they seen it on or husband or some shit. Oh, I seen it on TikTok. I'm like, I thought it's cool. Like, what? Come on, you're gonna catch the wrong one, and they're gonna beat the brakes off somebody, and then they're gonna go to jail, and then it's a bad situation because you're following some bullshit little trend on TikTok, man. I mean,
but it's cool. Everybody's doing it.
well, if everybody was jumping off a fucking cliff like they told us when we were kids, would you jump off a fucking cliff too?
I did.
With no parachute.
Well, we went swimming. It was fun. I don't know, man. I think people do too much dumb shit in the name of somebody else's, viral moment. Um,
I just noticed this in the chat. I didn't see that. Hey, James. James is here. Hope you had a great show. James was recording his shows, and now he come to ours. Herschel said OpenSecrets.org has all the contributions to for all the senators and stuff. Something to check
Oh, we'll
into
look
if you
at
want to
that.
check into it. If you want to look at see who has contribute to who, they should. I said I made posts on Facebook. You can go back like years and decade ago or more. Uh, I still think they should have jackets like NASCAR. NASCAR, you get all the little sponsors on their jackets or
Right.
whatever on the cars. I think that every one of them son of a bitches in Washington D.C. should have sponsorships. Something you can see like easy click. You pull up the website. You pull up AOC.com and you can pull up and see I'm sponsored by. This is brought to you by. Just like we did on the beginning. We had our
Right.
sponsors on the beginning of our show today.
I saw
This is
that. Thank you for
brought to
putting that in there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll talk about that one for sure in a little
Yeah,
bit.
man.
And but I truly, this is brought to you by Pfizer. This is brought to you by Monsanto. This is brought to you by, and you can see, and then you hear them talk, and then you're like, well, wait a minute, is that the reason they're talking that way, or they actually think that way? And they don't think that way. They just saying that because they're told to say that, or they'll lose them millions of dollars of sponsorship money.
Right.
They have to say that.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah, we
Need
can't.
that
We can't
money.
lose. Follow the money.
Always, bro.
Follow the money.
Always follow the money. Oh, that's a fun little gun. I'm shopping guns tonight. I have found a Keltec 22 for $500, of course, because everybody wants that big fancy Keltec. But I need a plinker.
Little 22. I don't know. 22 used to be a plinker, but hell, 22 ammo's even high as hell.
Oh, you daggum right it is, man. Nothing is cheap anymore, man. Like
it used to be able to. You could buy you a fucking 1,000 rounds of 22 for $8 or some shit.
Remember, it came in a
Back in the
milk
day.
carton, the big milk
Yeah.
carton.
My grandfather used to take me out to the woods, and we had my little Winchester. Hell, we go there and boing.
Right.
Hell, it was a badass shot when I was a little kid. I could have. Hell, I went to Boy Scouts and we had just peep sights. And hell, I hammered the center of every target with that peep sights. I couldn't do it now because I'm blind as a bat. But
That's what
hey,
happens
we
when you
all
get
know.
old, Ricky Pike.
Yeah. When I was a kid, though, man, I could shoot. I shot the first time I ever shot a 12 gauge. Hell, I still hit my clay as it popped out.
There
It
you
hit
go.
me. I knocked me against a wall, but I still hit the fucking target. I remember they were, hold it steady. I'm like, I'm good. I know what the hell I'm doing. Y'all stop fucking with me. Boom! That something shot me across the fucking field there. Cause I was trying to hold a 12 gauge like you hold a 22, and it just don't work that well.
No, that's not very smart, dude. Let me tell you, I don't know if you saw my face. Yeah, I needed stitches. I'll give you guys some advice. When you are sighting in a big bore rifle, like a 300 Win Mag, don't hold that bitch like it's a 5.56 and just prop it up on your hand. You want to hold it because it bit me in the head. And I probably should have had 4 stitches close this up, but we super glue things around here. So yeah. But busted my head up, coach.
What I did, I got my head glued when me and Will head butted each other that day. We were grappling. Our heads collided, and I took him down. I got my takedown, and then I was on top, and I'm like, I kind of feel that. I said, damn, I'm sweating like hell right now. What the hell's wrong with me? And I reached up, and it was just blood, and I knocked a big old hole in my head. I was like, damn. I got my takedown. I got one of them.
Takedown complete.
Complete.
Well, can't bust your head up.
Yeah,
The forehead bleeds so bad too.
I mean, that's why all them wrestlers bleed right there. You know, that's why they can make it bleed.
Yep.
Because they don't stop. But yeah, I went to the doctor and they glued my head back together, and yeah, went on my way. Went on my way. Yeah. On the go ahead, Jamie.
No,
You
I'm just looking at. I was trying not to burp.
oh,
All that Dr.
I was gonna
Pepper's
say,
messing with me.
oh, I understand. I come close there once in a while. People fussing about Trump doing deporting. He they forget. You know, it's so easy to forget what happened just a few years ago. But like the Pepperidge Farm, man, internet don't forget.
The internet is forever.
3.2 million people got deported under Barack Obama. 2 million George W. Bush.
That's all.
I said Barack actually deported more people than Bush and Trump combined. Well, would you look at that?
Yep.
In 8 years, he deported more people in 8 years than they did in 12.
Right.
Yep.
And just like here, oh, sorry about that.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
Yeah, well.
But old DT
What a
is the bad guy.
racist. What a racist. You know, I mean, come on, man. You know.
Oh, let me show this video real quick. It's on a whole different damn subject, but you know, it's us.
It's
Have
the
y'all?
ADD podcast.
It's it. Have you seen this one? Why is it UN in Indiana?
Yeah.
With the FBI.
The UN. No joke.
With the FBI reflective jacket on, but the UN helmet on.
Where was that
What
at?
is going? Indiana.
It's kind of interesting there.
I guess you hadn't seen that one.
Hadn't seen that one before, my brother.
Yeah, it is crazy. Oh, we do have to talk about this too, for sure. Scrolling through my bookmarks. Like I said, I was telling Jamie before the show started, I said, I got my bookmarks full today. I got all kinds of stuff to talk about today. Hoping we get to talk about it all. We're sure going to give her hell. This one here has me interested. It's got to talk about this because it's in the title. Arizona friends and family. Progressive is canceling fire insurance right now.
Right. I'm sure there's nothing strange about that or anything, you know.
Yeah, your wildfire risk score exceeds our eligibility guidelines. And smart city again. Huh. He purchased 24,000 acres of land. Well, would you look at that?
I'm sure that's
Nothing
normal.
to see here. Nothing to see here.
Completely normal.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on in the world right now, and it's
It
been going on
really
for
is. It's
years.
wild.
You know, why do you think that the White House, let me rephrase that, the Biden administration would not tell us about the drones?
That's the weird. I mean, that's the part don't make sense. And if it's FCC's as they're saying, why not just say that?
Dadgummit, dude. I hate to do this. I have to take this call.
No, he left us. He got us on mute, Dave. But it don't make any sense. If that's all it is FCC authorized people up there throwing flying drones and all that, why didn't they just say it?
Yeah, it's always unclear with the government. You know, I'd like to see Trump find out for us what's going on with you know, Hawaii, the fucking mines out in the Appalachian West North what was it?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
He did finally get them poor people out of tents. Thank God. The people are out of tents now in North Carolina. And Army engineers are out there. Corps of Army engineers finally out there, and they're finally got trucks, and they finally, ain't just the people fending for themselves out there. It's amazing. Why couldn't that happen 4 months ago? But I don't know. But the poor people with the fires, they still can't even get to their house, even though they were told that they could, but they're making them get some kind of pass where they can get to the house. Bullshit.
Always something out there in that crap hole. Yeah, I mean, well,
yeah, it's.
I guess, what it was. What was the project I saw? Bill Gates was talking about, and it's a little cozier with Trump than I would prefer. Like to us, Bill Gates is a fucking bad guy. So.
Yeah, I did see where he had a little meeting with him and stuff, and was talking.
Some project or plan or some shit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Always.
Of course, now he came out and said that Epstein was blackmailing him because of a supposed affair, and he should never. He was just trying to talk with him about global helping people and blah blah blah. He wasn't there, though his ex-wife sure was saying that it was that Epstein was evil and he should never be there. And she went over there once, but she still wouldn't say exactly what was going on. There was an interview with her. I'd had to. It's on the Twitter. I don't think I saved that one.
Because she left him during all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
I do have the. Let's see where I do it. Yeah, with him saying it threatened. I do have that, but I don't think I saved the. I'll look and see the interview with her. But I do have this. And YouTube, I'm just playing a video with him in it, and it's him talking, okay? So don't take my fucking video down for the love of fucking God over me, Bill Gates. All right? He's talking, not me. You sons of bitches.
on Gates's ties to Jeffrey Epstein, including that Epstein threatened Gates over an affair he had. The two met a few times, Gates says, to discuss philanthropy.
Do you think, looking back at that moment, that you were being played?
Well, Jeffrey, in retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him, and he sort of, got time with various people by spending time with other people. So yes, I think I was quite stupid. I thought it would help me with global health philanthropy. In fact, it failed to do that, and it was just a huge mistake.
Has it made you more wary of connections?
Definitely.
Yeah.
In retrospect.
Now he's a victim. Oh no.
Yeah.
The victim, Bill Gates.
Those were his words.
Yes, YouTube. That was his words. I did not put nothing.
We didn't say anything. Shit.
For love of God.
Yeah, I'd like for him to go away. I'd like for him to quit doing experiments with fucking CRISPR, genetically modified mosquitoes, and fucking vaccines in Africa, vaccines here. I'd like for him to quit doing all that shit, fucking with the crops over in India and here, Terminator genes and all sorts of other shit. He's all into playing God. Fuck. Bill Gates owns more farmland in this country. In Mississippi, he owns more farmland than anybody. Look that shit up. That's a trippy. What the fuck's he bought the land for? This motherfucker owns more farmland in this country. Than he's a huge landowner. If I'm not mistaken, he has the most acreage of any farmer in Mississippi. Not to call him a farmer, but
oh no, it's like China. China has a whole bunch of farmland over here too. That's in the United States.
Exactly like that. Like that's another. Like it's odd. Like that. Like what is this? But
he has 14,828 acres in Mississippi.
Damn.
That's how much. How many? Let's see. How many acres of farmland does he own in total? $242,000 acres across the United States. He's just diversifying his portfolio. That's all. He's supposed to diversify. It's kind of. Yeah. I know people that do that. I know people that. They own a funeral home and propane and do horses and farmland and everything. You get around that area, a certain part of the area of Mississippi, and they own quite a bit of it. Yeah, exactly, Sweets. They were worried about Americans having TikTok, but Chinese can own land over there. And if you look back in history on Chinese, I'll get to your question in just a second, Blake. I promise you. But if you look at the land over here and you look at what the Chinese have done everywhere else, they go to countries and buy up, or they loan stuff to people, to countries, and they're like, well, if you can't pay your debt, well, we'll just take this. They'll take their biggest ports, or they'll take this for exchange of that debt. And how much, and that's the kicker. How much debt, U.S. debt, let's see, U.S. debt is owed to China. Sometimes I can type, sometimes I can't.
I'm supposed to know this.
$749 billion we owe China right now.
Right.
What we can give them California? I mean, shit, I don't know. I mean, the whole West Coast. I mean, what if they call in our our card and say, "Hey, we want our money," what the hell we're going to give them that's worth $750 billion? I mean, I imagine we just go to war by then, for that. But really, if it all said and done, but
Trump was talking about a crypto plan to get us out of debt with some successful crypto exchange that co-pegs the dollar as reserve currency. He's talking about a new era. Yeah. So anyway, don't get me started on crypto. I don't know shit about crypto, but anyway, he was talking about that. He was just casually saying it. He's like, "Well, we could maybe pay the debt off, like 36 trillion or whatever the fuck it is."
I mean, I don't know if you have you ever looked at the U.S. debt clock?
Oh yeah.
It's insane.
Yep. I've seen that.
Well, they added it. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Let me post it on the bless America, wrong screen. They have added a Doge clock to it. And this is how much money Doge has saved us. There's 35 billion right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 35 billion and counting is how much Doge has saved us right now. Like some of the stuff, like 50 million going to condoms for Hamas.
Yeah. Right.
And I mean, literally, it was for Gaza, for Hamas. They were going, crazy stuff like that. What was the other big one I seen? I got it around here somewhere. I ain't gonna post that, show that yet. I got more crazy stuff to show. But to answer your question earlier, Blake, I haven't seen any new release for Diddy or Epstein, but of course they say they're gonna release the shit on them too. And Jay-Z and all of them fuckers. Let them all crumble. Let them all fall.
We'll see if it actually comes.
With that situation, I would expect.
I must have put it on my profile.
I'd expect one day we see they perp walk those motherfuckers. They do a massive simultaneous raid and walk all these guys in, and then they go through trial, and that's when all the shit comes out at trial. That's the right way to handle all of that, I would think.
Yeah.
If the U.S. government's tax revenue is $5 trillion
to restore faith in our justice system, in our government, period, like some people need to be held to account. We need to see their fucking tribunals, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We need to,
Doge saved us 37 million for. I say Doge saved us 37 million. That was supposed to be earmarked for the World Health Organization that Trump said we're not in no more. There's a bunch of stuff. Let me see if I find any of that.
Yeah, this thing's cool. I'm looking at all this different shit on here.
It's crazy, all the stuff. Like yeah, it keeps going.
Income, hey, U.S. income tax per person is 100. Scroll back up. 100 and what does it say? Per person is $112,000 per person.
Yeah. So if you look here, here's the national debt per citizen per taxpayer is $323,000 for all the taxpayer. The people who actually pay the taxes is $323,000 per taxpayer.
So that lady that own them 9 kids don't owe nothing. I do. She don't. Is that what you
said? Right. Because she's getting her whatever. Citizen owes 107. Citizen brings in 14,000. That's national debt. Then you got state debt, local debt. Yeah, it adds up. It's crazy. You can look at this thing for forever, but that's a crazy thing. But they did add the Doge clock, so that was a kind of interesting thing I seen the other day. They've been talking about it on the TikTok. You are right, Blake. The rich don't get rich for being clean cut. That's for damn fucking sure. Just ADD is shit. I got so much stuff. I'm gonna do like a Dave's World and just go down my Twitter. That's what he does on his live feed. He goes down his Twitter and it shows what he posts, and it's crazy stuff. But have you seen this? So you can have your own price. They already have them now.
So what happens if me and you are standing side by side?
Good question. They already have it. They already have it some stores, and they're working on the technology where you actually have it'll be a digital. It's a digital price tag on the thing, and so it's also they go by supply and demand. So if the stock on the shelf starts getting low, it'll actually raise the price of the product up. And and actually in different times of the day when there's more demand, like if there's more traffic, like in the evening time, people going home, they'll actually raise the price up. Early in the morning, they'll bring them down.
Well, that seems fair.
It's some wild stuff is coming on the grocery front for sure.
I think that's pretty messed up. Why does this person, get a better rate? Get a better price. Like that's just.
Jamie, did you turn your mic back on? Sound like you're from a distance again, like you were.
Oh, hey, there I am. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you are. It was from a distance.
Yeah, it was.
On top of
right
your head.
behind my head, right here. Yeah, my bad.
So like earlier. Yeah, you're good.
You gotta fix that thing.
You're good. You were taking care of business earlier.
2 properties, I think, makes a portfolio. I mean, I guess you could have one and it be part of your portfolio.
Technically.
Yeah, we're screwed. So are you saying that prices of homes are going to change all of a sudden based on who you are now? Is that where we are?
I wouldn't doubt that.
Gas, goods.
Everything. When you scan your card, you scan your debit card on whatever, and it realizes who you are.
No.
It's a good possibility now.
Goes into setting your price. Like,
good
why
question.
The fuck would people get different? Is this just a social credit score? Like from
it could be what sounds like. It sounds like that. But let's pump our brakes for a second. We need this is sadness and chaos. We need a little happiness. I know I showed the picture of RFK fucking pumping old big girl, but this is a good one to make everybody smile and be happy for a second.
I've seen this.
So this don't make you smile for a second. I don't know what will. I'll have to watch it twice.
Ricky, what if I told you that I can spend hours in a day watching cats fight? Like, I don't know why listening to them dudes yell at each other is so much fun, but the whole the sounds that they make, dude, is just entertaining. You know, why do we have dog fights, but we don't have cat fights? I think cat fights would be way more fun to watch. All that little fur just going everywhere. It's just
because we can't tell cats what to do. Hell, I don't know. If you bring any other cat in my house, hell, my cat will whoop their ass. I don't want to lie. Miss Kitty don't
see,
like
your cat
anybody.
knows what's up. Your cat knows what's up.
She is queen. You can bring a dog, cat, whatever animal you want to bring in this house. She's gonna stand up to it and slap it side of the head because she don't care. What's up, Marie? Marie is in the house now in the chat over on the YouTube. Yeah, it's good every once in a while. You got to throw a little cat video every once in a while, just kind of break up the monotony of the things. I thought it was a funny ass video. The little cat flopping around. We don't need to bring that out yet.
I'll have to find the link and get it to you, but my wife submitted a picture of our cat that I took. He was just chilling. He looked real regal. It was a cool pic, but they put it in a fucking calendar, so he's gonna be published, man. He's been strutting around and shit with some attitude and stuff, so I don't know if he'll grace us with his presence tonight.
Oh,
he's
nice.
Pretty full of himself now that he's published, and you know, it really went right to his head, I'm afraid to say. But anyway, he's in the calendar.
Oh, nice.
He's April, Mr. April, Mopar.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll get the link, and I'll put the link out later and get the calendar.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna get a stack of them, make some gifts of them.
There we go. Hell yeah, for real. Speaking of cats, check this out.
What happens when you put 200 stray cats in prison? These are unadopted kittens who are about to be euthanized, and animal protection organizations have come up with the bold idea of letting prison inmates adopt the kittens. Initially, the plan was opposed because they feared the cats were being abused by criminals. However, to everyone's surprise, the big men with tattooed arms not only didn't abuse the cats, but showed a tenderness they had never seen before. They no longer fight and brawl, but share experience of raising cats together and compare whose cats are the cutest, because only those who behave well and follow the discipline have the chance to apply for a cat. Therefore, everyone shows unprecedented enthusiasm, laboring hard, earning living supplies for the cats, and even learning to knit jumpers for them. This program not only found a home for countless stray cats, but also revitalized the originally pandemonium prison as they healed each other with love and warmth.
Thought that was kind of cool right there.
So what happens if you're in prison and you got a cat allergy? Now I got to deal with all these fucking cats running around.
You shouldn't have been in prison. I bet you don't fuck with their cats. I guarantee that.
I bet so. I bet so.
Yeah, I bet you don't fuck with their damn cats.
You know there's some kitty fight night shit because you ain't got that many cats, but there ain't kitty scuffles going on.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know that's popping off.
Oh yeah.
It's like all of a sudden the pretty orange tabby's missing, but those guys had tacos. Like
That's good. And they are savory tacos.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, man, listen, you can make ramen noodles, a pack of spice go a long way, I think, in a jail cell. I mean, not that I have any experience of long-term housing, but I've been there for almost a week at a time, a couple times. Bro, listen, bail's expensive and I'm broke.
Stuff happens. Stuff happens. That's all I'm gonna say. Stuff happens, and
bail is expensive, and I ain't got no money.
I tell you what, people look down on people that's had troubles and done things. And the big thing you got to remember is everybody's done something they should have gone to jail for. Damn near everybody in the world, And the only thing, the difference between you and them is you didn't get caught. So you cannot judge somebody for being in a place because you done some stupid shit. You driving drunk or this or that, all kinds of shit you've done in your past. You can't judge people because just because you didn't get caught. That's just in my mind, that's just hypocritical and bullshit if you're gonna judge people. Everybody makes mistakes, and as long as you learn from them, that's the biggest thing, and grow from them. My little soapbox moment.
So here's a
There you go, man.
question I got, man. Kind of similar vein. It's with the immigration and stuff. Like I see people, you get on the internet and you see people really alarmed, and they're telling these stories like, "Oh, they're fucking with people here they shouldn't fuck with." And a friend of mine posted a cool post. He posted something though, and he said, "It said, look, guys, they're not coming for your grandma that's been here for 40 years, or the guy that owns the business over here that's been here forever. They're coming." And then had some pictures on there, and these guys had been here before. I guess they had been arrested, they're charged, but they were just released into our country, like released, not deported after their conviction or whatever. But anyway, so like, what is the scope of the mission? What should the scope be? How do you navigate the nuance? Like who makes the decision on the ground, the detail, like who, this person meets a threshold of having, put roots down here, that sort of thing, versus, to me, like anybody that came in the last 4 years verifiably should go, period. Especially the fighting age males. And I might make some people mad saying that, like taking a stance on this, because this is such a touchy issue. But like, if you're a fighting age male that came by your fucking self in the last 4 years, you got to go. You leave your family back over there or something, you need to go.
A lot of them do.
Undoubtedly. But like, we need, there has to be some grace though, right? For people that have come here and have been, I don't know, man. What you guys take the wheel on that a little bit.
I see what you're saying. I mean, in the participating in society and stuff. And I think right now, truly what they're, that's who they're picking up is the ones who's got rap sheets, the ones that known game, MS-13, game related. They've done all kinds of evil shit, either here or other places. And that's the ones you see is getting picked up. I mean, not saying down the line they might start, once they get them cleaned up, that they start going to door. I mean, I hope that's not the situation. But the ones that right now, that's what you're seeing, that you see everywhere. It's, and what's his name? Horman.
Tom Homan.
Yeah, he's on the front line with them. He's out there around Chicago. I give him my props there that he's actually out there trying. He's out there right there with them and arm in arm. He ain't sitting back in the White House going, y'all go out there and go get these people, and sitting back. He's right there on the boots on the ground, and he said that. I mean, that's who he's trying to get. He's trying to get the bad ones, the ones that done things, the ones that raped children, the one who is, I mean, that all that type of people. And if they're here and doing that kind of thing, they need to be gone. You're gonna have to unmute Mr. Jamie.
Yeah, I just saw that. They asked the press secretary, so can you tell me, have these people actually broken any laws? Are they criminal? And she's like, hey, if you come across our border illegally, you have broken a law and are a criminal. I don't know how the last administration summed it up, but we are not them. I'm like, go get them, girl.
I mean, truly. I mean, I don't understand how people can say it's not. Well, they haven't broke laws if they had,
right.
But they have. I mean, you go any other country, you do that, you're FUBAR. Walk across Russia's border and tell me what happens to you there. Walk across. walk across any of them. What
Right.
happens to you? Um, walk across Mexico's southern border. Hell, they're locking that son of a gun down, trying to stop people because they're tired of people walking through the
Unfortunately, man,
country.
it's always the same people agitating to spin it a certain way. Your liberal radicals always want to paint it with a racist brush, but it's like they're getting people real emotional about the topic. And you see people fighting about this shit, and it's like, damn, we don't even really know what's gonna happen or the scope of, you know what I mean? Like, but anyway,
For sure. I mean, that's
I'm just wanting to air out some different views on it, like uh, as in all things, a one size fits all approach may be a little bit clumsy, and to the government everything looks like a nail, you know, because it's a big hammer. So it's one of
yeah.
those kind of things. I was just saying, I don't know, man, but you're right, and that is something that I do come back around to, like, you know, the very act of being here illegally is in fact illegal, believe it or not. So
Get out of here. What? You mean I can't just go to Mexico and stay down there for a few years?
You better check in, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta check in. You gotta go
Right.
through you gotta go through that. Now that's something else that would be cool to see, is something where it's kind of like, hey, so you don't have a fucking violent crime and you haven't been deported 3 times already, and looks like you work here, and okay, cool, you got a house, kids, that's cool. So you're a normal dude. You're handling your business. So we got to streamline this process for you, but they've got to verify this shit so that they're not, they got to make it where people can't game the fucking system.
Right. Right.
And
Be able to get them
that sort
up,
of thing.
fast tracking some work visas, and then fast track. Sit there. Because the bad thing about it is that you hear so many, and I've talked to so many before. Their friends and associates I know that spent thousands. They've spent thousands, literally thousands of dollars to get come over here legally and become an actual citizen of the United States. They go through all the classes, they learn all this stuff, and they know stuff that most Americans don't even know because our education system is just fucking garbage now, and we don't even know what the hell the amendments are. We don't know who presidents are, you know, none of that shit as a whole as a country anymore. But and they spend all this money to try to do the right thing, and then you have people coming over here and getting shipped over all over the place, getting cards and hotel rooms and all that stuff. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I understand what what they were trying to do, because they were, the extreme left was trying to load up and wanted to use them for a base of, if you can get enough people over here and then you can go ahead and do this and get where they make it legal for them to vote, uh, then they would never lose another election. It'd be kind of, they can lopside wherever they wanted to. They could migrate people. They could migrate people. They'll spend the money. They don't care just to get what they want. They got enough billionaires like Soros and all them to fund it. They don't give a shit. And the government to fund it, and that's glad that stopped. That got halted at the brim of it, because that's ridiculous. Hey, give me a fucking credit card and a whole nice hotel in fucking New York City. Let me give it to me for a week at least. Hell, give everybody a week. Shit.
You got me thinking earlier, Ricky, talking about what would happen if you went here or in Hungary. Viktor Orban, right? Because Tucker's interviewed him a few times, and so I got to learn about how it rocks over there. They just kind of put your face and thumbprint in the system and turn your ass right around. But one of the things I think they are doing in Hungary too is they're trying to promote the family. So like you get like massive tax credits for having children over there. So like they're building their nation in the fundamental way with the family. So this nation has attacked the family and has disincentivized the family for so long, right? with welfare schemes and other socialist programs and things like that. So, what about, especially for these migrants, if they're here illegally, but they are a bona fide, a verifiable family unit, not some thrown together. We got married 2 weeks ago. We don't have kids type of shit, but they're a family. Get them registered, get them on the fast track to citizenship. But any single fucking fighting age males, that are here illegally, bye-bye. I hate to say it like that, but you know what I mean?
I mean, it's understandable. I mean, I understand your side of it.
Promote the family unit, and you can. So earlier, that UN Blue Hat, our friend Kevin has posted some things that some different content that talk about the possible threat of undercover sleeper cell UN troops here stationed and squatted up all over the place here and there. Like that's a bigger. So like the border's been wide open. Like has some sabotage move been at play, been under works? That's probably a rabbit hole that we could go down. But that's all. I'll leave it at that. But I mean, seeing that blue hat, that's unsettling, brother.
Yeah, I mean it's not it's not just Mexicans running across that border and been coming in here across that border. A lot of the media likes to point the picture and sit there and all that, and there's a lot of people that's what they think, but there's a lot of people, like you said, the fighting age, have been coming across of all kinds of different nations, been coming through there because it's the easy way. All you got to do is come through that southern. They know they can come through the southern border. There's a lot of people coming through that northern border. People don't even talk about the northern border. And it's not too much better. There's thousands and thousands of miles of no fences up there either. And if you try to come across, I got turned around for a nunchuck up there, but they don't
a nunchuck.
But I did. I got my car almost impounded and everything else because they found a nunchuck in my fucking trunk of my car. But I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to take over fucking Canada with this fucking nunchuck. I'm a bad motherfuckers, y'all. Y'all better watch out. Let me get my nunchuck. I'll take care of y'all now. But that's real happened. Turned down the wrong road right around North Dakota, and looking for a park, and then I found out the park was between the two countries, and oops.
And that's how you get jammed up.
And I got jammed up about 2 hours. They interrogated me for 2 hours in that room. People come in, come out, interrogate me some more, asking me all kinds of questions like I was trying to take over.
I was headed to Toronto, teach them how to fight.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, plane did crash into a Black Hawk, Blake. Plane did crash into a Black Hawk.
Well, gentlemen, I hate to do this to you guys tonight, but it's past my bedtime, and I got to bounce up out this hole.
Oh, hell.
But Dave is here and can run it.
Shout out that our new sponsor.
Man, I sure appreciate you. Our newest sponsor, called Adaptability Home Services. Basically, what Whitney Lavender did, kind of her idea. She's a very good friend of mine, very close to me, missing her legs. Yeah, she ain't got no legs, coach. So what she did is she had been working for a home health care company or a home service company for a couple of years, helping a friend out, and wanted to create her own idea that basically helps support people that are, in a wheelchair or in an adaptive living situation where they may have limited mobility. But, if you need a personal care assistant, that's what we're doing now. So, our goal is, to have 5 or 6 regular 32-hour-a-week people in the next 4 to 6 weeks. So, going to buy a new minivan to help transport these people around, and trying to do the good work, man. So I kind of had an interesting thing happen a couple years ago. I was driving for Uber, and I got hooked up with a guy who picked him up from the VA, was going to take him home. He asked me if I could, and he couldn't figure out how to adjust the app to change addresses or whatever, but he asked me to take him to the grocery store so he could pick up his order. So I took him to Kroger. We pick up his food. I take him home, realize the guy ain't going to be able to really get in the house, easily with all this stuff. So I help him get into his place, man. And I ended up spending almost 90 minutes over there, helping put his groceries away, cleaned out his fridge, helped him move some stuff around in his house. And it was kind of I don't know, man. I ended up crediting the dude back his Uber ride for him. But when she told me what she wanted to do, man, I kind of looked back at that and leaned on that. And I'm like, there is a need for that, man. That guy could have really used somebody, a couple times a week to come out and help him. So, yeah, that's what we're doing now. So, like I said, hopefully in the next, coming weeks and months, man, we can grow this thing and pick up some people and, really make an impact in the area. So,
full tri-state area.
Tri-state area, man. Yeah, Crittenden County up through Crittenden, Poinsett, Craighead, into Tennessee through Jackson, Tennessee, up through Millington and Dyersburg, down south along the 55 corridor to Batesville and Senatobia. So tri-state area, full effect, North Mississippi. Man, if you guys need anything, I've got a woman that has an amazing story and had to learn basically how to live life in a wheelchair. And she takes those experiences and literally facilitates and teach people how to live again, and I think that's a service that, it's not every day you wake up and go, hey, I ain't got no legs, coach. What do I do now? Well, we lean on the Whitney and let her walk you through her experiences. And, we got some relationships with some contractors where we can come in and do bathroom remodels, shower bars, in fact, full bathtub replacements, man, full bathroom remodels, ramps in the front, ADA accessible ramps, whether it's concrete or wood. I got people for that. So that's where we are. Talked to my dad about it today. He goes, what's up with this, man? He goes, you kind of kept this under wraps close to your chest. I'm like, I don't want to let good ideas slip out. Somebody else snatch up my shit.
There you go. Yeah, sometimes he will, somebody steal ideas for sure. But I think it's a good thing. That's why we put it for the ones that got to see the intro and everything. That's why we put it on there as one of the sponsors. It's for a good cause and for people helping people. So if anything I can do to help people, just help people, I'm there. So
spread the word, man. And another thing that I'm trying to do, man, first of all, military discount's going to happen. First responder discount. These guys that have served for the police department, fire department forever. Make sure I take care of these guys. But what I'm going to do for my friends and family, man, is, no out-of-pocket expense for you, man, for you guys that are close to me. Whatever your insurance covers is what you pay, man. There's no additional fee, man. I'm not here to, to break people that are already in a vulnerable situation. I'm here to try to help the best that I can and, make it affordable. So
sounds good.
Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for the shout out,
Yes,
my
sir.
guy.
Yeah, no problem. And yeah, for ones that missed it, they'll have to watch the beginning, or
yeah.
I might play it again. I might play it again at the end or something.
And one more thing before I leave. Dave, your ponytail this weekend was like amazing. It's coming, man. I mean, you may have another 18 months to finally grow that thing out to where you can actually put a good rubber band on it. But we can braid that shit in 2 years. I'm sure of it. So anyway, I just wanted to mess with you. I love you guys.
Hey, what you guys are doing is so fucking cool, Ricky, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a really cool thing you're doing, you and Whitney. So bravo on that. All the luck and blessings on that, man. I hope that thing just takes off.
Appreciate you.
Cool work, man. What a great idea.
Thank you, my brother. Well, on that note, gentlemen, I'm going to hit the road. I love you. Next week, same time, same place. I'm going to cancel everything else. I'll be on all night next week.
Nice.
Peace in the Middle East.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a good story, man. I dig that.
Yeah. He popped up and said that, and here, let me play it real quick. That way people, in like a minute, I'll play it real quick, I guess. For ones that didn't get to see it. Are you gonna play, or are you not gonna play? Oh, there it goes. Sorry about that. Here's the phone number for the ones that are listening. Could need that service. Let's talk about that. 901-643-8241. You can reach out to them if you need some help. So I was messed up the end, but I wanted y'all, for the ones that are listening, the locals. I see James said he wish he was closer. He could hire us out for hire them out. Yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, if you need that, I'm putting it on there for people can see. It plays for about 5 seconds. So, but of course, you can always go back to the beginning. But yeah, that music just gets me pumped. I've seen you headbanging too. I know, just
Yeah, I like it.
I like how it
the
turned out.
song. It's cool.
It turned out good on that. Back to our conspiracies and all that fun stuff here. Let's see if who has seen this right here.
Breaking news: the White House is in talks to have Oracle
If you go
take
back
over
last
TikTok.
week, we talked
Guys,
about
this was the
Oracle
plan
and the CIA asset that it is, but listen to this.
from the very beginning. So according to exclusive reporting from NPR, the Trump administration is working on a plan to save TikTok that involves tapping software company Oracle and an outside group of investors to effectively take control of the app's global operations, according to two people with direct knowledge of the talks. Quote, the goal is for Oracle to effectively monitor and provide oversight with what's going on with TikTok. Once again, this was always the plan. Because if you guys remember, Trump tried to ban TikTok back in 2020 because of data security issues. And TikTok said, okay, we'll do something called Project Texas. And Project Texas would restructure much of the corporate arm of TikTok so that the US database is stored by a US company, Oracle. Oracle, as a reminder, once again, is a CIA front. Whole point of Project Texas was so that the operations would be monitored by an in-house committee approved by the US government called TikTok US Data Security. Project Texas would essentially act as a firewall, ensuring that the Chinese government couldn't access user data and that Oracle would oversee it all. But then October 7th happened and the Israel lobby got involved and said, no, screw your data security. We need the whole app gone. And so that's what happened. Of course, the people rebelled and said, screw you guys. We're just going to go to an actual Chinese app. And then Congress goes, oops, our bad. And then they try to backtrack out of that ban. This is where Trump comes in to quote unquote save TikTok. But in reality, what's going on right now is just a reinstitution of what they meant to do in the first place, which is to have Oracle take over TikTok, with the goal, of course, to monitor and oversee everything that's going on inside the app. So at this point, people have kind of a choice to make. Do you want the US government to control your app, or do you want the CCP? Neither is ideal, I have to say.
Yeah.
It's a lose-lose situation right there. For our TikTok people that love TikTok. I can't even. I deleted my app right away because the only thing I did on it was post videos anyway on my stuff, and so I didn't really look through it. So, yeah, Maria, catch 22. Which one do you want more? I'm almost. I hate to say it, kind of lean CCP for us because they I mean, what are they really going to do to us compared to what the U.S. government can do to us?
I don't know, man. They already got the NSA. They spy on us enough as it fucking is. Yeah, right. Much more. I don't know. Whatever. I thought he was gonna maybe disband the fucking CIA and gut out the FBI. These are the people that lied to courts and fabricated whole stories and all this stuff, right? I mean, where's the heads that are going to roll? I mean, I need to see that. Anyway, I was reading this article, but they were getting on RFK. They were saying he's got some investments in a CRISPR gene editing company, while another nonprofit he's a part of vilifies the technology. But I did see he stepped down from a anti-vaccine, like a vaccine awareness, whatever, and so he's been distancing himself there, I guess, so he can take this role, HHS or whatever role. But So we'll see how he talks moving forward about all this stuff. He's kind of repostured. Like, I just wanted vaccine. I want us to, some of them are good. Whatever. He's got to reorient. I guess he had some conversations, because unfortunately, Big Pharma is a heavy hitter.
Oh yeah, they're
in the lobby game.
they probably spend as much as
people.
Big Electric.
People make compromises. They make you compromise. So
Yeah, they spend probably as much as Big Electric. I mean, all them kind of companies, all of them have big, powerful lobbyists. If you look into the history of it and you look into it, and you start looking and seeing people talk like we were talking about earlier. For the ones that just come on, you start looking into it and seeing, what they're saying. That. Man, what was the name of that site? Let me go back and look again. Herschel posted on there. OpenSecrets.org. You can look it up and see who is sponsoring who. So if you see one of the politicians out there in front of the news and saying stuff like they are, and then you can ask them question. Okay, are they saying it? What reasons are they saying it? And you're gonna find out pretty quick. Real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna look up here. So much crazy stuff. So much crazy stuff. Yeah, speaking of RFK, he busted everybody's ass here in this video. I think it showed us earlier.
And all these Democrats are opposed to me for partisan issues. They used to be my friends, agreed with me on all the environmental issues that I've been working on for my whole career. Now they're against me because anything that President Trump does, any decision he makes, has to be lampooned, derided, discredited, marginalized, vilified.
We need to move on.
They don't want to hear that. I mean, he did get the lawsuit, on Monsanto. When Monsanto got sued and they had to pay all that money out and stuff like that. That was RFK. Just because he kind of leaned across on the other side of the party line, now they're throwing him under the bus and that like he's a terrible person.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look back at history, he says the same thing. There's old footage of him, and he's been fighting for.
I was talking to my dad the other day. I was griping about some of the AI technology and CRISPR gene editing. You familiar with CRISPR, right? You know what I'm talking about? And so,
yeah.
But part of me, I asked this question. I say to myself, like, and this was kind of what he was saying, was like, there's nothing you can do to stop it. Like, the only thing you can hope is that there's certain people that are like working in the field or whatever in a capacity that you can fucking trust, or that, you know what I mean? Like, they're somewhat normal. You can hope that they're gonna, not sell out the human race in the process of a technocratic, dystopic, trajectory. But AI is coming and it's gonna change our fucking world. And it's going to do it in the next 20 years or maybe 10 years. It's going to do it. It's going to be maybe quicker than we think.
Yeah, it's not going to take that long. As fast as it's moving.
Long, is it? It's here, isn't it?
It's here. I mean, because of now you got Willow with that quantum computing, and then you got the AI, just all the servers and stuff. They're looking at building the AI infrastructure going across the country.
Right.
Within 5 years. By 2030, we're going to be living in a different time on that side of things.
And there's no stopping. I mean, that's what, and that was what I was driving at. Like, So RFK owns some stock in a gene editing company. Okay, is that a damning fact? Some would say yes. Um, I don't know, necessarily. If I had money and I care about all these things and like transparency and health and what I mean, want to make the best impact I can, what better thing to do than to get involved in every aspect that includes investments and company control through, you know, by being a shareholder. But uh, others would
I
say,
would.
you're making an excuse for this guy who's controlled opposition and whatever, been in politics forever. So, you hear these different things, but with Elon Musk, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I think Russia and China have they're both vying for AI dominant, right? The country that has the first AI, that's like the arms race now, as the guy said in that video the other day. So like
Exactly.
it's not something you can sit on your fucking hands about. I guess there's really no stopping it. That's just where the world is. And it's less about people driving just a particular vision. There are people with ideology driven utopic visions, and they do want a social construct and make Bill Gates is a notorious, not to speak ill of him, just that he's a visionary. uh he'll try some shit.
YouTube.
Experiment.
YouTube.
Anyway, not glazing him or nothing like that, just trying to not get us taken down. But anyway, I guess these are the devils that we know, and to some degree, like fuck, we're in for a ride. There's no stopping these things, though. You're right. In 5 years, the world's going to be fucking different because this AI technology is upon us. Are we going to end up like the Connors in Terminator, fucking fighting Skynet and shit?
I mean, there's basically two. We've seen movies on two different sides of things. I mean, it's either going to be Terminator where they take over, or Ultron. The Marvel movies and stuff. Uh, if you, if you're the ones that know who Ultron is, he Tony Stark created Ultron to try to help, and he turned around and start figuring out, well, who's destroying and tearing stuff up? Oh, it's the people. So the people need to go. And is that situation going to happen, or is it, are we going to be, in a wonderful, amazing spot, because AI does everything. It finds out diseases and it cures diseases. It does this, it does that. I don't know. And we're
So
probably going to be, I think it could probably smack somewhere in the middle. I mean, it might do both. I think but it's all over said and done.
I was sitting there thinking about it, like, wouldn't that be cool? What if they did? What if this is a miracle fucking vaccine, a smart vaccine, and they could just tell you all the things that are wrong with you, cancer, but not limited to that, all whatever other ailments, and they just give you this little cocktail, and you're just right as rain. Wouldn't that be splendid?
Yeah.
That's
I mean, like
not
Star
how
Trek.
life works.
Remember, like Star Trek. Remember Star Trek? They had a little scanner or like a little. Hey, take this right here, and it'll cure you. What was it for when he Bones gave that woman had, like, I forget what, they had to have surgery on her for something. I forget what it was, and he was like, "Here, take this pill," and she take that pill and she cured all her cancer or whatever right then. And it was like that, the possibilities of that. But it makes you wonder though, because we've if you cure all that, what's the doctors and stuff are going to do? If you cure everything, you can't cure everything, because they wouldn't. The doctors and the hospitals and the big farm would lose money. You can't. That's
It
that's
does seem
the money situation there.
antithetical to
That
their existence, right? You're going to offer us an affordable panacea, essentially, that makes you obsolete. Okay.
mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. I won't be rushing out to get that motherfucker. I can tell you that right now. I'm gonna deal with whatever the fuck I got going on. Shit.
Yeah, I have an AI doctor. You don't even have to leave the house. You just get on there and you get on your camera right there, just like we are right now, and then they can scan you from the house. And it's shit's, the possibilities are there. I mean, and fast tracking they are on this stuff, and the infrastructure they want to put in. It's scary. It really is. You know, if you really think about it, the potential's there for, because there's a potential there for good, but there's so many evil. I'm gonna say this one. I mean, there's so many evil motherfuckers out there that want to take good stuff and manipulate it for evil purposes. It just could be used as an evil purpose so easily. You know, if they could cure everything, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. You know, no more ailments. You know, if you do get a little sick, you know, that's awesome. I would love it. You know, family members and stuff. You know, that's awesome. If you think about it, if you think about the sunshine and rainbow side of things, but what are we going to lose for that? Are we going to lose everything? Are we going to be able to lose all if we speak out on something and on the social credit score, and if our social credit score ain't high enough, then we can't. Well, you can't get your medicine this month because you were on the internet and speaking out on protesting. So you're cut off this month. You know, it's like YouTube cutting us off for a week for saying something they don't like. But
Yeah.
with medicine and all that, I mean, that's the potential's there.
They're going to have to, I think they're already working on legislation, or maybe they have already done it, but to make where an AI diagnosis is recognized as as if doctors would be, right? So like you get an AI checkup on one of their fucking machines, and you go to the pill man, or you get your cocktail shot and go to the pill man or whatever. But
Yeah, they'll write your prescription for you. You know, it'll be we like going to McDonald's. You know, and you don't even, if you walk in McDonald's, they don't even serve you. They don't even take your order no more. You got to go to kiosk and put your order in yourself now. And
yeah,
you
I
see
saw
that,
that
you
at
know,
a Taco
Taco Bell. Yeah,
Stood there
Taco
for 5
Bell's.
minutes like a dipshit waiting.
I seen a guy do that one day, and they're like pointed, and he was like, they flipped him off and walked out of this place. He's like, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't blame you. I wanted some Taco Bell, and I didn't want to go through drive-through, so I fucking did it. You know, it was like, you know, I had a truck and trailer, and I wasn't fitting through that drive-through. I could have, but they might have not been proud of me to come through there, like, do like me and my buddy did. We fucking took out the sign. Damn near took the sign out one time with his trailer. Bam!
Got swing out real wide and then come in.
Yeah. Now Arby's on Summer, I did one time. My buddy he locked my trailer because he didn't want nobody to steal his trailer off my truck, but he locked his trailer, so I couldn't get the sumbitch off. And I was like, man, I'm hungry. And I pulled into Arby's on Summer, and they had like a brick side over there where it's like a carport like thing. I had like a inch and a half on each side, that trailer fitting through there, and I squeezed it. I didn't hit it. I just, you know, I'm a pretty good damn driver, but yeah, I squeezed through that damn thing, and they looked mad as hell at me pulling through that damn there with that trailer behind me. I'm like, fuck, I wanted some Arby's shit. I forgot about that damn carport thing. Like most places, that's wide open, you know, when you come around, but that one's old school, and that one on Summer in their White Station, and that motherfucker had that damn brick carport thing over it, and I about took that sumbitch out. Yeah, they don't take cash. A lot of people ain't taking cash, like James said. You know, where I used to work, they stopped taking cash. Right? I took the last batch of it. They got mad at me. I said, I bet y'all put that fucking $6,000 in your bank account though, didn't you? And they kept, don't do it again. You know, it's during the COVID and shit. You know, and it's trying to help. I tried to help somebody out, which I did. I helped somebody out, and they brought me cash.
Said, start fucking shopping elsewhere if they don't take cash. Like, you know.
I mean, some of it. I mean, on one side, it makes, it does make sense. Like, you don't have to worry about getting robbed. You don't have to borrow all that shit. For us, it was easier. You don't have to worry about trying to get somebody down there to pick up the deposit, because of our sites were way off in the middle of nowhere and shit. Um, but, in the hand, we're supposed to be able to use cash everywhere we go for anything. And more and more, it's going away. Like go to Lander Center at the fights, you got to use a card to get you a drink. It's more and more it's gone that way. And a friend of mine was joking around. He was talking about like, yeah, but if you're really looking into that stuff, Illuminati and all that, you're using dollars and it's got the eye stuff. I was like, most people don't even use dollars no more. I said, you using digital money on your card. I said, when was the last time you used it? And he kind of like sit back and chuckled. Ha, 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 ha. I'm like, yeah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, you using that digital currency. That's sure enough Illuminati and evil fucking shit. But, it's how the world is. It's one of them things, unless you know, makes you wish sometimes you were Amish. Like, hell, you don't have to worry about none of this shit. We were Amish or Mennonite. Hell, we don't have to worry about none of this shit.
It's very true. All these cares of the world.
Yeah. Be the Amish and the Amish don't have none of the sicknesses we have or the problems, and pretty amazing. They don't have cases of autism like everybody else does. They don't have the food allergies like everybody else does.
They must not vaccinate their kids with 50 shots by the time they're a year old.
It's crazy. You
That's
think
where those
about like
fucking
how many we
autism
had.
and the
You think about how
autism.
many we had when we were a kid, and now how many,
Oh man.
how many of these kids got to be pumped in, and then they're like, oh my God, the autism rate is astronomical now. I mean, everybody's got this and they's got this problem. And I'm like, something they correlate right there together. The more it goes this way, this one comes up too, I want to get taken down on YouTube. Remember, on our YouTube listeners, we are on Rumble. So we come back next week and we aren't here. We are on Rumble. And we are on X Live and Facebook. So if you come back next week, we'll still be here, but we might not be on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. As much crazy shit we've said so far tonight, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully they won't take us down. Hopefully it won't take us down. I don't know. I don't even want to post that video. It was a fucked up video and it made me think, and I don't even want to show it. But in the back of it, like seeing, I don't know. I don't even want. It's fucked up. Trying to think if I had any other RFK other than that study shit. Before you got on, we were talking about Ozempic. They were trying to push through. Congress try to throw a bill to help fund Ozempic, $1,500 a month. And hell, and I already got people coming out talking about having, losing bone density and getting osteoporosis, in their 20s from using it.
Terrible, man. That shit.
Have you seen all the people on it? Like, you see all them celebrities using it, and they look like fucking zombies and shit. They look
like death.
terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
Like I think in the next 5 years, you're going to see a lot of them gone. I mean, I hate to say it, because, and then we're like, oh, well, we screwed up there. I mean, because they killed all their damn people. They look terrible. Even the ones that didn't need none of that stuff, like, so many of them just face sunken in, just look like the wind to blow them down. They look horrible. It's like, man, what? Sweets, processed food, Ritalin, and Ozempic, the new American diet. That's it. That's what they're pushing. That's what they're pushing right now, and people are, you know, and the people on it just looks terrible.
Yeah, you can tell it's just ravaging their body. That's so bad. You can just
That's
tell it's bad for you. That's just
yeah.
that is not
That's
good.
why it's sucking in their face and stuff. Now it's eating even eating the bones. I mean, it cuts weight. It cuts everything. It eats your fucking soul out of your body. Hell,
Eat your ass alive.
yeah. And if you and all you need to do is eat healthy, you know, uh, you know, and try to do a little better. Maybe work out a little bit. I mean, instead of that, we brought that up on the very beginning. I mean, it's crazy to think, somebody would put themselves through that, like, hey, this is cool. This is what we need to do. This is a new fad. We're going to use them Zempic. And like, man, what? Man, it's terrible. Though, I guess we keep us clean. We are not doctors. We are not. So don't believe us on medical. We are just, we are a parody. What is it? What does they always say? We're a parody.
Yeah, before you drop your Ozempic pills and stop eating processed cereals, check with your doctor to make sure it's a wise health choice for you.
Yeah, please. We are not.
To eliminate some critical aspect of your health, the Ozempic or the CRISPR genetically, whatever the mRNA vaccines, whatever it is, you talk to the doc first.
Yes, don't. We are not doctors.
That's right.
You hear that, YouTube? We're not doctors. We're not trying to tell anybody what to do with their body.
We admit it.
We admit it. Yeah, sweets. I don't understand. Why? She said, why bother with healthy food and exercise? Just take the drugs and you can eat whatever you want. Hey, you can do that with cocaine too. And get some crack. And hell, it does about the same thing to you. You look kind of about the same between. Maybe that's what Ozempic is. It's just crack cocaine kind of in a pill form. And maybe that's what it is. Because they look about the same. If you look at a crackhead and you look at some of these celebrities and stuff all sunken in, maybe I might have figured something out. Hell, but I'm not a doctor. I don't know nothing. I'm just an idiot. I'm just an idiot with a podcast.
It don't seem right. It don't seem right.
It don't.
Seem right, man. There's always a steep penalty for something like that. You know what I mean? Like there's no free lunch. So yeah, you can drop 40 pounds, but it's going to come with some fucking, and you could put on, say you're a bodybuilder, you can put on 40 pounds of muscle. You can do that too. But
yeah,
there's a tax. This is just going the opposite direction. And the tax is very apparent.
Holy shit, look at this right here. What I said, why you hear me say it's like balance, I mean, if you want to be a big bodybuilder and you can be, that's cool. But just realize if you watch, look at Ronnie Coleman right now. He paid a toll. Ronnie was a big bad son of a bitch. Now he can barely walk. He hurts every day. And he said he'll do it again. He would do it again. But that's his mentality. That's what you like. But I understand there's a price to pay when you go to extremes of anything. If you keep balance and eat pretty healthy, get you some decent exercise, get outside, and I'm not a doctor. I'm gonna keep on saying this the whole fucking episode, the rest of this episode, but I know for a fact for my body how I've helped in when I worked nights and I didn't see any fucking sunlight, I was sicker. For a fact. I know that for a fact. I kept a head cold the whole fucking time. I was always had sniffles. I always like kind of, I went to work anyway, but when I'm able to get sunlight and sunshine and get outside from time to time, then I'm able to stay healthy. If you can just get out just a little bit, I understand some people can. It's not a, they have things that, you know, that's why we were taught, with the new sponsor of the show, with that, is for the people that need help like that. Some people can't. Some people, kind of stuck, and with their ailments, and it happens. But if you're able to get out and get some sunshine, and I hear a lot of people talk about grounding, and if you can ground, I've heard that's really good. I do it once a blue moon myself. I don't know if I haven't seen any difference, but I don't do enough, I guess, to even probably see a difference. But I do get outside. I get out in the sunshine, even me, not working a regular job anymore. Like I said, I was in it all day. I was in the sunshine, and like I said, I don't get sick. Knock on wood. I don't get the head colds. I don't get all that stuff anymore.
If you can get up early enough and catch the sunrise, you can watch the sun for a moment, sun gaze while you're grounded with your bare feet in the dirt. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't do it in the fucking wintertime, but in the summertime I do it a lot. And there's something special about it. I can't quite lay my finger on what it is, but some of that's a meditative practice maybe, but I'll go out every morning and water the garden, spend time out there and ground and yeah, man, there's something very healthy about it, man. Getting in the sunshine and the fresh air. And even if you can, put your feet in the dirt. I want to say there was like a Rockefeller study some long time ago that said Southerners were dumb because they walked around with no shoes on all the time and they had fucking worms in their brain from doing it. And but I'm just thinking like, yeah, you got so many you got parasites in fucking berries, strawberries. Buy some
Yeah.
berries and put them in salt water and see what comes out of them if you don't believe it, right? But especially picking wild berries. But point is, I think they were trying to keep a motherfucker from experiencing a very basic healing property where because to ground something you allow certain things to discharge. So the idea is you get rid of inflammation and other ailments through the process of releasing stored energy and achieving a balance by grounding with the earth. That's the idea.
Mm-hmm. I seen a guy on Sam Tripoli. He was talking about it. He was talking about the sun gazing, and I've never done it. He said, but you can build yourself up, like for only sun gaze for so long, and eventually you can look at the sun more and more and more. And he said it helped. It fixed his eyes.
I don't doubt
Sun
that.
gazing actually fixed his eyes and fixed the problems with his eyes. He's like, you can't just go out there and look at the sun for an hour and a half or something. You can't do that, but you can, go up there and look at it for a minute, or 30 seconds, or
I've read that
and
it's best
slowly build up to it, and you can do more and more.
best at sunrise also. Not then you don't go out in the middle of the day like you just said and stare at it. But it's photon energy. It actually is. You're actually charging. Um, but and I've heard this too that but you do want to be grounded when you sun gaze. You don't want to have rubber shoes on because there needs to be a flow, like a circuit. Imagine a
Mm-hmm.
circuit. So you want to be barefoot if you sun gaze.
It makes sense, and that way the positive come in, and it just pushes the negative right out and goes out the bottom.
We're not doctors though, people. Talk to your
We are
doctor
not
before you take
doctors.
your fucking shoes off. Before you take
Welcome.
your shoes off. You're walking the
Yeah.
press. Oh.
Yeah. Go do your own research.
We better hook you up
Talk
to
to your
the
doctor.
AI mRNA vaccine machine right away and see what's wrong because you're probably gonna die. Yeah. I love it. It's again a summertime hobby, man. Get out there, plant a few plants, tomato plants, whatever you like to do. Plant a little something, spend a little time outside, and man, I think it's very therapeutic. I know I love it. I can't wait. I think I'm depressed in the winter months because I can't grow anything really. I got some greens out there. They're not very exciting.
If you, I know it's expensive, but if you're able to, them greenhouses and the ones you can dig in the ground and put them greenhouses in,
Yes.
and if you can get actually have the space to be able to do that, that'd be that way you can grow all year long. Then
Yes, sir. There's some trees that have to get out of here before, and there's a structure in the back's got to be tore down. Once those things are done, we definitely want to do the greenhouse. Been talking about it for years and just haven't quite pulled the trigger on it.
well, I got an account for Williams Equipment. I can rent some equipment on account, and I know a pretty good operator. If you need somebody to come over there, and I can tear some shit up, buddy.
We got to get you up here. I'm gonna tell my wife about it. We were just talking about some stuff today because the growing season's almost here. So I was like, I want to do this and this before the springtime gets here, so we'll be ready. Type of crap.
Yeah, I'll be getting a skid steer soon.
Get a tree took down that's really close to our house. That's kind of our priority.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. Yeah, I'm gonna be renting a skid steer pretty soon, so I'm gonna be tearing up spreading some gravel and doing all kinds of stuff real soon, and clearing up some stuff.
That's what people need to do, is be active, be doing something productive, building, growing, whatever it is. But too much sedentary lifestyle, too much just sitting around is bad. I like to veg out now and again too, watch TV or whatever. But it's important to be active. We're not doctors, but my understanding is that the lymphatic system, which handles some processing of bad stuff, I don't know what all it does, but it doesn't have a pump. The only way it gets to do what it does is by you moving. It doesn't have a heart pumping blood through and pushing through like a system like that, right? So you got to move and be active to be healthy.
Yeah.
Pretty basic.
I know if I'm just stuck in the house and I'm just sitting there and and like I like watching the TV too, but for real, like if I'm just stuck in the house and I'm not moving around, I start having a little depression and fall in a little deep depression and stuff like that, and then I'm like, man, I gotta get out of here. It just it clicked in my head. I gotta get out of here and move around, and I feel like instantly, like boom, I feel better. My mind's clearer as soon as I get out and moving around. It's like instant change. I was like, man, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to do this. I'm just like, oh yeah, fuck the world kind of shit. And then as soon as I get moving and get out and about, like like a switch changes. It's like crazy. Once I start moving, I'm good. I'll have that moment in the morning. Like I do a lot of mornings. I'm like, man, I don't move. I'm just sitting here depressed, and it don't matter. And as soon as I get up and start moving and getting active, hell, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm happy, and I forget what I had pulled up here. Oh yeah, I had something pulled up here. I mean, we got talking there good. No reason to pull it up. In the last 30 years, since 1990, bipolar disorder in youth, 10,833%. Chronic fatigue syndrome, 7%. A lot of that stuff is like depression and stuff. People working in cubicles and stuff where they're just sitting in a little box and they don't do nothing. They just sit in their box and they don't move. Autoimmune disorders, 16,000%, 1,600%. I'm sorry, 1,600%. Sleep apnea, 430. Of course, some of it is better seen, finding stuff, but man, this is crazy. Diabetes, of course, is up 305. That's depression's up 280. ADHD, 819%. Amazing.
Yeah. They've been systematically allowed to poison us and subject us to toxins, carcinogens, everything from the water to the air to the food to the medicine. We're not doctors though, but
I just seen this video right here where Uncle Bernie's upset.
Oh, shoot. Well, group called the Children's Health Defense. You're the originator. Right now, as I understand it, on their website, they are selling what's called onesies. These are little things, clothing for babies. One of them is titled Unfaxed, Unafraid. Next one, and they're sold for $26 a piece, by the way. Next one is No Vax, No Problem. Now you're coming before this committee and you say you're pro-vaccine. Just want to ask some questions. And yet your organization is making money selling a child's product to parents for $26, which casts fundamental doubt on the usefulness of vaccines. Can you tell us now that you will, now that you are pro-vaccine, that you're going to have your organization take these products off the market?
Senator, I have no power over that organization. I'm not part of it. I resigned from the board.
That was just a few months ago. You founded that. You certainly have power. You can make that call. Are you supportive of this?
I've had nothing to do with
Are you
leadership.
supportive of these onesies?
I'm supportive of vaccines.
Are you supportive of this clothing, which is militantly anti-vaccine?
I am supportive of vaccines. I will. I want good science, and I want to protect.
But you will not tell the organization you founded not to continue selling that product. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Bernie all excited. If he don't have control in it no more, what's he supposed to do? He can't tell him what to fucking do if he's not
Even if
if not a part of it. Just because he started something.
I want him to sell them because I want him to bring attention and awareness. You know, I'm of the opinion that they're giving out too many fucking vaccines. There may be some vaccines that are good, probably the old school kind, definitely not the mRNA. But I'm not sure the old school kind were perfected either. They were introducing the allergies, like you said, and a lot of the other host of things. So people have suggested that the schedule is too tight, that you need to spread these things out. So I don't know. The thing is, they've been so dishonest and so corrupt and so malicious for so long, they can't be trusted. So, I mean, a lot of people are fucking anti-vax because of that, because they've wrecked their credibility. And they rolled out that experimental COVID jab, mRNA vac, and then lied, said it would stop the spread, keep you from getting it. Didn't do that. So basically then they pivoted and they said, well, it made it less intense if you got it. So you're marketing a therapeutic, but it's an injectable therapeutic with untold future consequences. So now you got people with fucking heart problems, reproductive problems, and cancers coming on, different things. So the next thing I again, like I said last week, I wasn't looking forward to another vaccine getting rolled out. I don't love that RFK is now sort of pro-vax. But I think his position is, that he wants transparency. He's just not dismissive of the technology and its capabilities and potential. But, did he compromise on a very important stance? I don't know. I don't know. So whatever. You can't fight on every front. You can't fight a battle on every front. Not trying to make excuses for him or whatever. So we'll see how it all plays out. That was an interesting exchange though. So I did remember that he had withdrawn from the board of whatever. I guess to make himself more palatable so he could take this position. Although I don't understand why, if Trump appointed him, what the fucking matters. But I guess they still have to sit through these credential hearings and shit.
Yeah. I mean, they had to play the politics on him, but
so can people?
I mean, I see he kind of I was gonna say he said he kind of he looks at it, what I understand his thought process on it, what he says, is that he wants it like, it's there has been good vaccines throughout history. It's just lately they since they what was the 80s they came out and where they couldn't sue the vaccine companies. Ever since then, vaccines have, multiplied exponentially of how many you had to take and how many the kids are taking and all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, and as on top of that, all the side effects have increased with the autism and all the kind of things like that. So I, that's why I think he'll say that he's not against vaccines. He's against ones that actually, you're not, you got, you know, you see them commercials, like it's like them you see them commercials and look at this new drug, blah blah blah, and then they pull out the side effects, and it could cause death and heart attack and your hair falling out, and I'm like, I'd rather just have acne, I don't need. I'll just deal with pimples before I deal with potential death and dismemberment and yeah, it's one of them things. It's like, yeah, truly, you're better off just fighting whatever it is, than taking some of the vaccines or the drugs that treat some of this shit. You're better off just having whatever it is than you taking the drugs.
And Western medicine treats ailments and symptoms rather than core causes in a lot of instances. So there's some fundamental flaws with our approach to medicine, but there's also some miraculous advancements we've made. Uh, I'll say this: Lincoln, um, it was criticized for different stances that he took on the issue of slavery throughout his political career and statements that he made. But inevitably, him and others understood that there were necessary compromises along the way that weren't ideal, but were necessary to make any momentum or progress at all. So with that in mind, uh, maybe we don't need an RFK to come out and say we're done with every vaccine forever. Instead, he says we're going to look at the number that are being administered and some other things. So anyway, it's a more moderate approach. So a little benefit of the doubt there on that.
Yeah.
We will see again, as I say, what kind of changes take place. Um, I'd like to see more medical freedom for parents where people didn't have to potentially battle fucking CPS for not vaccinating their kids or, didn't lose access to public school and get pressured, like go to the hospital and right away they're like, all right, your kid, we're going to go do this now. And like to where it's much more friendly to the parent because informed consent is everything, right? So there should be no bullying and there should be complete transparency. And they should say, there is a risk of XYZ with this. We think the benefit outweighs the risk, but it's your call as the parent. Like that kind of medical liberty and decision making as a family unit needs to be restored to the people. So I hope we see something like that.
For sure. I got a picture pulled up. It's a joke, folks. It's a joke for the ones on YouTube. YouTube, it's a joke. These next questions are brought to you by Pfizer. As soon as Discord loads up, Sweet sent me a picture. There it goes. I had closed it out because I didn't. I know how it's stupid. I know, dead air, dead air. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it done. Interesting picture though. Interesting. She sends. Share screen. There it is. figuring out how to do all this stuff. Here it goes. The Colorado newspaper, February 2nd, 1909. Dr. W.B. Clark, a well-known physician, insists that vaccination is the cause of cancer. Cancer was practically unknown until cowpox vaccination began to be introduced.
114 years ago, they knew that.
I never saw a case of cancer in an unvaccinated person. Kind of like the
for all of the health benefits that they swear, look how far we've come since, but if you really look at it, it's like, I don't know that that's true. You see photographs of your grandparents, though they were healthier. Like the older generations, they were healthier, they were leaner and healthier, and we are increasingly sick or obese or underweight or malnourished or whatever in a million different ways. We are not fucking healthier. We are not healthier. We have certain technologies that have advanced, and you can catch certain. Well, that begs the question, like, well, now we have advanced detection on cancers and stuff. It's like, well, wait a minute. Did you cause the cancers? Did this whole model of food and medicine that is so sick cause the problem that you're now remedying, whether by cutting out bad tissue or blasting with fucking, crazy chemo? And, so like, are you just fixing a problem that your model also created? So anyway, it's a huge, huge, huge fucking issue. There's many factors, environmental factors, plastics that we drink out of, vaccines. What about electromagnetic frequency radiation, EMFs from all the 5G and the smart meter on your house? Some people are more sensitive to that than others. We talked about the vaccines, all these different environmental factors, the water, the air you breathe, that can disrupt your endocrine, in your hormones and your chemicals in your brain. So yeah, that's a big mess to clean up. So get on it,
it,
RFK. What'd you do?
it is. It's let's see if I had. It is a terrible mess. I mean, I was trying to find a deal I seen. Let's see. Let's talk about where's it at? Where's it at? I posted so much. I used to not barely post anything on Twitter. I'll post that one. I'll share that one in a second. But now I was like, man, I'm hooked on sharing shit all the damn time now. I'm just gonna. I'll go down my share
Good way
line
to
here.
store cool shit, cool memes.
It is it really is. I come up here and like, and so much extra stuff and everything. You see stuff. Now he's talking about to have in the Amish community right here. Talking about you won't find any ADD, autoimmune disease, pandas, PANS, or epilepsy in no cancer, diabetes, or asthma in the Amish. And the U.S. government has done a bunch of studies on the Amish for years. Why aren't they releasing that information, letting us know what the studies are? I like to see that. I want to see the studies on the Amish. Where in the world is it? Guy was talking about. I sent to my daughter. I know I shared it. Damn it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But it was talking about the plastics and stuff inside a Starbucks cup. It's supposed to be a paper cup now for the health, for recycling and all that kind of stuff. If you put liquid in a paper cup, it destroys it. But a Starbucks won't, because it's got a certain plastic liner inside, and the plastic liner is bad for you. and get you sick. Let's see if I can find it out.
Yeah, and I want to say that so where did I read it? It was in Wired magazine. It's a few years ago. They ran an article on phthalates, PTHALATES. I think it's how you spell it. It's whatever. I don't know if it's the same as microplastics, and there's some other acronyms they've got for similar shit. But basically, it's shit that leaches into your drink and bioaccumulates in your body. Um, but it was responsible, they felt, for the decline in virility among men, particularly in Western countries, um, as part of a greater repopulation problem that we have. We're not populating Western nations. To put it another way, white people aren't having enough babies to keep their numbers. We're declining. Other people are out procreating us. So maybe most people don't think that's a problem. I don't know that it's a problem. I think that everybody should have babies and flourish, and we shouldn't have endocrine disrupting phthalates, microplastics, and BPAs in our food and in our body, so that maybe we can all have big families and flourish and grow together. Maybe that's cool. But in Western countries, particularly, and it doesn't affect just white people, so it's not a race thing, but
Yeah, I
within,
mean,
within the context of demographic discussion, it's one of the factors that's brought up. I would bring up other things too, like EMF. I'd even bring up culture, like, teaching mothers that they should work at a soulless corporation until they're 40 and fuck a relationship and a family, because you could be a professional woman. So familyhood would hold you back. And they kind of spit on being a mother or a homemaker, right? Or a traditional motherly figure, as to where you could just go out and have your career and maybe have kids later if you want. And that kind of marketing
mhm.
has harmed the family unit as well. But
And they try to have kids later. They have miscarriages over and over again. Like
yeah,
I know
the
so
risk
many
goes
women that had miscarriages. Like it's like over. It's insane. Especially they get in their late 30s, early 40s.
the risk
High
is
risk, and that's when after their career is kind of they're set in their career, and that's when they trying to start having babies, and then the miscarriage rate goes out this roof. Um,
Unfortunately, that's very harmful feminist propaganda that, and Marxist communist propaganda that kind of would highlight the service to the greater economy or good is better than your little family, comrade. But interesting thing, and this will tell you where these people's heads are. The end of that Wired magazine article, after it talks about how men are their semen counts are down and they're not able to procreate like they should, and they were talking about the plastics maybe contributing. At the end of it, it talked about adaptability and like evolution, and it was talking about this spider that was like it was just a species of spider that's just all female. And what happens is some kind of asexual self-procreating system where like males are obsolete. So the article ends on that note, now I was kind of like, wow, tell us how you really feel. You know what I mean? But something to watch though, because
we'll turn into the Matrix, where the AI will just make babies in a little incubator and suck the energy off of the motherfuckers.
all I
Till
can
you
say
get
is use glassware and ceramic when you can to cook and to drink. We don't heat fucking nothing up in plastic. I try not to drink out of plastic, although I will grab a drink from the gas station or whatever, and that's probably bad. But,
yeah.
you can't avoid everything, man. And there's certain things that make life worth living. So it's like you don't want to rob life of all of its joy trying to dodge the fucking arrows of the Illuminati. But
They got
they
their
come in with
tentacles and everything though. It's hard
everything.
to it's hard to like, well, well, I want to let this go because of this and this and this. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's a hard situation when you start really looking into it. There's so much crap, you know, the plastics and like we talked about earlier, you look at the food over in Europe, and most of the stuff that we eat every day is banned over there. Everything's banned that we eat over here, damn near. because
Sweet
they
was
say it
talking.
makes them sick.
Did she mention the detergents that's kind of in the same vein as some of those things? Body wash,
Yeah,
soaps,
the body
deodorant.
washes and soaps. Yeah, like
Man. So we switched to vinegar and like a lavender oil thing for washing clothes. Like and we use borax too, the 10 mile mule or whatever the shit grandma used to use. A little sprinkle
yeah.
of that. So we are using
Where'd you
we
find
stopped
borax
buying
at? I
it.
was looking for it. I was looking for it the other
Man,
day.
you can get it at like Home Depot. Uh, you can get it at Home Depot is where we get ours. You can also, I think you can order it from Walmart, but I know Home Depot will carry it. Now,
Okay.
you can take borax if you got ants or anything like. You can take a borax and mix it with like 1 spoon of borax, 5 parts of like powdered sugar, and
Mm-hmm.
let the ants get into it and eat it all they want. But what they're going to do is they're going to tote some back to the queen, and it'll kill their whole colony. So you just like if they're in your house, like here you go, leave some fucking sugar out for them. Here you go, have at it. Let them form a train and don't kill them. Like let them have at it for a night, and they'll take that shit back home, and then they'll go away pretty soon. So borax is pretty cool for that too. But it's evidently it's a mineral from the earth. It's not a fucking chemical that they've compounded and constructed in some lab. It's a naturally occurring compound. Anyway, so just,
Yeah, I've used it before. I went to Dollar General the other day. I didn't see it, and I didn't see it at Walmart, and I'm like, damn, because I did a deep cleans on all my, I wash my geese every time, after class and stuff, but they're so thick. Uh, so I did a deep cleans. I put them in the tub, and um, I put Dawn and one of the ties, a few, three, four things in there, and I put them in the tub, and I actually like stirred it up every like 30 minutes for like 4 hours. I think I let sit. I mean, I put clean geese in there, and the damn water was dirt, like dirt brown. I'm like, what in the hell? Like, it's just because it gets into them fibers, it just soaks in there so deep in there. But yeah, I sucked my geese in that tub and with all that stuff, and did that deep cleanse on them. And I was like, damn, that's it. Just I seen a video on it. And I was like, huh, it makes sense, because they are so thick and shit. You can do that with blankets and towels. Towels you might have like a little funny odor or something like that. You can take towels and shove them in the tub and do that. Use the Dawn and borax. Use Dawn, borax, and then like a laundry detergent. I forget what else. There's like 3 or 4 things you can put in there, and then the hot water and just hand stir it in there, work it, and shit. When it comes out, like you can put clean stuff in there, and it comes out, it's gonna come out brown. It's wild looking. It's wild to think that all that shit was in there, but it'll pull it all out. Imagine a lot of it's that Dawn. Yeah. Sweet says that synthetic fibers on our clothes. Also, they're pretty terrible. They hold shit in there, and maybe that's by design. Hold terrible shit close to us so we can keep inhaling it.
I read an interesting thing a long time ago about frequency, and it was talking about an Old Testament scripture that was like obscure, saying like don't mix different type of thread on your clothing or your garment or whatever. And anyway, and people ponder over that, but this guy was showing like when you have like a all cotton shirt or attire without like polyester or other whatever things mixed in, like he was talking about the vibrational frequency of your being is changed by putting these synthetic weird things on your body. Anyway, it was a real like kind of a rabbit hole, but I don't know, bro. I like the cotton, bro. I try to wear. I like cotton. I don't like. I got a couple like winter jackets that are like whatever made with plastic. They're plastic. They're fucking whatever they're made of, but I don't like them. I absolutely just don't like them. So I prefer all cotton personally.
It's the best. That's why it was It's been around forever, cotton, that or hemp, two between the two, and the tree manufacturers and stuff try to take hemp out and make it look bad. Um, I just seen we brought this up several times through the night. Trump posted this on Truth Social about the airplane. Asking why didn't the helicopter get out of the way of the airplane makes you wonder. Why is he saying that? Valentina Gomez. Have you seen some of her posts?
Yeah.
She's wild. She's
think I
bad shit
follow her.
wild. I follow her too. She's she's wide open, buddy. No fucks to give. It'd be like that song. Let's see if we can find it. Oh yeah, this is. I know you've seen this. This will make everybody laugh. We've been talking too much bad shit, negative shit. Talking truth, but
I tried, and I tried even more. I cried, and I can't recall what for. I pressed, I pushed, I yelled, and begged in hopes of some success. But the inevitable fact is that it never will impress. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have run dry. I tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I've no more fucks to give. The more fucks I tried to get. I'm over my fuck budget and I'm now in fucking debt. I strive to get everything done. I play by all the rules, but I very rarely won. I've smiled, I've charmed, I would have laughed, alas, to no avail. I'd run round like a moron to unequivocally fail. I've no more fucks to give. My fuck fuse has just blown. I've been hunting for my fucks all day, but they've upped and fucked off home. I've no more fucks to give. My fuck rations are depleted. I've rallied my fuck army, but it's been fucking defeated. The effort has just not been worth the time or the expense. I've exhausted all my energy for minimal recompense. The complete lack of acknowledgement has now begun to go, and I've come to realize that I don't give a fuck. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have blown away. My fucks are now so fucked up they refuse to fucking stay. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have gone insane. They've come back round and passed me while they're fucking off again. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have all dissolved. I planned many projects, but my fucks won't be involved. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have all been spent. They fucked off from the building and I don't know where they went. I've no more fucks to give. I've no more fucks to give. I've no more fucks. I've no more fucks. I've no more fucks to give. Thank you very much.
linen and wool. I like it. And you can use borax maybe to bathe in to expel parasites. That's something else I want to get into is let's see. Oh, Ricky said he's coming. He had a technical difficulty. But yeah, we were in the chat talking about the borax. You can bathe in it to expel parasites. I want to say the vinegar is good. Some people do diatomaceous earth and what black walnut, activated charcoal. Of course, you want to drink lots and lots and lots of water. We're not fucking doctors, by the way, but lots and lots of water. Probably on any cleanse to flush those stuff out of you. Damn, bro, what happened? The lights go out.
I was sitting there. I guess I was moving around too much. I kicked my fucking power supply.
Oh.
Let me turn my other lights on so people can see me. I laughed so hard. I was over here bawling laughing because it was, I kicked the shit out of my power supply. I was sitting there down. I guess I was just dancing around to my little fucking song. And bow. Fuck, as ever since it said doom. And I looked down and I felt it. I was like, oh shit. But I'm back. God bless America.
Well, it's done got past midnight. You got shout outs, bro? You ready for me to do some?
Yeah, let's call it after that silly shit. Yeah, we'll call it a night for sure. Go ahead, Mr. Dave. Who you want to shout out tonight?
Oh man, well, shout out to Danny Shell for that big SEFC 32 card he just threw. It was a success, a good night, and he called it the night of knockouts. And I don't think there was a single a single judge's decision. Everything was a finish, so it was a cool.
I think
night.
so, yeah.
And real exciting fights. So that was a lot of fun. Shout out to Danny, and I know he really gives a lot of his self to make those events happen to promote local mixed martial arts. So very cool. And as always, sir, I want to thank you for having me on here. And of course, a shout out to everybody in the chat. And I know you're going to do a personal shout out. So I'll pass the mic back on that.
Yeah, I got it. For sure. Of course, got a shout out Sweets and Hiker for they're always both of them are always here every week. Sweets always usually holding down on the YouTube chat and Hiker on the Rumble. I got everything booting up on my computer. It's going nuts. It's upset with me. James with South Cedar Paranormal. He came on after his show. I appreciate him. I know Wally's already gone, but Wally 420, he has a YouTube channel. He goes live and has a bunch of fun. He got a bunch of cool people. He got guys come on there from all over, from Australia and everything, just talking random stuff. Good people. Marie on the YouTube. Let's see. Blake came on to YouTube. I imagine he's already in bed, asleep already on me. Dave's Waffle House. I'm gonna shout out Dave. I appreciate him because I know he lives over in England, so I know it's late when we start our show. So him actually staying up to check a part of it, eating with him, just lurking in the background. I appreciate you, Dave. You're still here. I sure appreciate you. Jamie Grant. Yeah, appreciate Jamie, of course, for coming on. I appreciate you. I was telling somebody, the story about you. You call me, ask me, he's like, "Hey, how do you vet your guests?" I was like, "Man, I don't vet nobody. I just come on." And you came on the show and you never left, and I appreciate you keep coming back and adding to this. And it's everybody. It's not just me, you, and and Jamie and us coming together. I think the chemistry of the trio has made the show grow and keep bringing people back. And I appreciate you for doing that. We had a Saturday. We had a good show at the fight. So my team went 1-1. It happens. It's amateurs, and um, the one that lost, he'll bounce back quicker than ever. He's young. He'll learn from it. The one that won, I'm proud of him because he went into that fight 0-2 and he won that W and he got it and he earned it. So proud of him. And we're gonna every Wednesday. We're gonna keep on doing this. 8:30 Central Time. We'll be back. The world is crazy as hell, so we always got content to put on here and talk about, and we're gonna keep on doing this as long as y'all keep coming back and listening. If you're local listening, make sure you check out Jamie's that show. This thing is still booting stuff up. I forget what the name of it was, but for his company for was it I can't think.
Adaptability.
Yeah.
Adaptability home renovations was
Yeah, so check that out. If you're local, make sure you can go back and listen to it. I'll try to put it in the description when I redo it. When I put it on when this pops up on Spotify, I'll put it in the description because I think that's a good thing. Trying to help people that can't help themselves. Sometimes we need help, and it's okay to ask for help. We all need help sometimes. So, like I said again, I appreciate y'all, and we'll be back at it again. And as always, y'all keep on keeping on in the pieces and the chicken grease. Y'all be good.
Peace.